Hola, amigos and amigas. Speaking of Spanish, I just typed a person from Mexico. Obviously, I asked the important question: have you ever seen any chupacabras?
How many minutes for the manicotti?
7. That's obviously the important question. Have you ever seen any chupacabras? His answer was no. He had never seen any chupacabras at all. Today's title is: what are you most stubborn about? We all have certain kinds of things or circumstances in which we are more or less stubborn. Hi, Big Dog Mofo. How are you? Good afternoon, and welcome to Talking with Famous People, the internet's only YouTube channel. I'm here with my beloved co-host and wife, Rachel.
Hello.
I think maybe a good, a good nickname for you would be Chell.
Chell?
Yeah.
I'll take it. I like that. I've never been called Chell before.
It's the second part of your name. People tend to take the first part of their name, and like I could be Air, but people wouldn't necessarily call me Ick.
I could even call you, and you label this as yourself, E. E's a
E.
good one for Eric.
Yeah, E. Like Easy E was actually named Eric.
Oh.
Yeah. Daniel Berry Sports highlights. Hello. Iago Ferrer says about being an INFP. I guess this is a guy I just typed.
Oh,
Um,
where? Oh,
Iago.
cool. Oh,
Yeah.
you're thinking about being an INFP?
Well, the title of the video is "What Are You Stubborn About?" Uh,
Ah.
it was sort of motivated by uh, my my understanding that you know, well, one might call ISFJs or ISTJs also stubborn about their type, for example. But I was saying to Rachel, it's not really that they're stubborn; it's that it's just how they know. Fundamentally, they know experientially, so they end up having lots of examples and to support one or the other position, and tend to think those examples are determinate. As far as being stubborn, though, yeah, everybody sometimes feels stubborn, I guess.
What do you
Uh,
think I'm stubborn about?
uh, um, really, like anything and everything. But I just never, we never encounter your stubbornness because I'm not interested in pushing back against
Yeah, you
it.
don't. You don't.
I'm interested in because you're not being unreasonable. So if you have something that's important to you, then you're going to be stubborn about it because you're in the right. Richard says, "Hope you're having a good day, Eric and Rachel. I'm having a good day so
I
far."
am too.
Rachel says she is as well. Natasha Godfrey Ashford. I don't think my crush wants me. I'm going to get some big muscles on me and work construction again. I love waiting until I don't. Well, Natasha Godfrey Ashford, if you were paying attention last night during the storytelling part of the stream, you know that you and your soulmate, Tim Harton Parton, are destined to be together. Yes, I remember you, Twilight Sparkle. I do.
I remember
And
you too because of My Little Pony.
King Parsa is lit. I can say what's up if you'd like me to. Big Dog Mofos is still thinking of the cartoons that need to be made of your riffs last night. That makes me want to watch it and see. We got
We
such
should
positive
watch it.
response.
We should.
When I was saying all that stuff outside, I wasn't expecting it to be so well received. I thought I was just, fooling around. Um, I am still alive. Reigns. Yes, his medicine riff. Yeah. Bro got a PhD in Yaponomics.
That's
You're not
good.
wrong. You are not wrong, sir. I should have a PhD in Yaponomics. If I could find a university that awards that PhD, I'm sure they wouldn't even make me take any classes. Getting some weed in the world today takes everything I've got. Got to reach into the freezer really quite a lot. No, I don't play Fortnite. I do not play Fortnite. I have heard about it. I've heard other people talk and say they've played Fortnite and asked me many times if I play Fortnite. But I still don't quite really know exactly what it is. I think it's a first-person shooter. Uh, what are my thoughts on Jordan Peterson? I think he's kind of a tragic figure, you know. He got elevated to some kind of guru status, but co-opted by a bunch of groupists and partisans who want him to represent kind of this righteous indignation about postmodernism. Postmodernists represent what I call a platypus, you know, a boogeyman of monolithic agency and intention that doesn't exist. I think that his explanations for psychology with his evolutionary explanations, like, you know, the reason red in advertisements is effective at prompting more consumption of that product is because back when we were hunter gatherers, there was a positive correlation between seeing ripe fruit and some evolutionary advantage, and that's why red, you know, it's insane. It's not an explanation. It's ridiculous, etc. There's a lot of things to critique about Jordan Peterson. Most of all, he's not an adequately rigorous thinker. He's guilty of all kinds of reification fallacies all the time, and ultimately, he just was not prepared, is not qualified to fill the role that society and YouTube and the internet and young men or whatever have asked him to fill. You want to see my cat? Okay, I'll show you a cat. Normally, people want to see my gat, so I'm refreshed to show you my cat instead of my gat. There's my cat. Here's one of them. Her name is Capillo, and she's a wonderful kitty. She even has a song called Wonderful Kitty, all about her. Wonderful, wonderful kitty. Always cleaning yourself, making sure you got clean lines. Wonderful, wonderful kitty, such a fabulous friend. And now it's wonderful kitty petting time again. Hello, wonderful kitty. Daddy loves you with his emotion heart. So obviously, I love my cat. How much did that cat cost me? Nothing. She was born of my previous cat in bed next to me, and she was the one kitten we couldn't get rid of. So
It's meant to be.
yeah, it's meant to be.
Here's your monogon.
Thank you so much, darling.
You're welcome.
You're a wonderful lady.
Of course. Trouble's right there.
Trouble is right there. I'll show you trouble, sure. Let me just put this down for a second.
We can't forget about Trouble.
Trouble is a good boy in his own way.
Yeah, he's gotten better.
Yeah, he continues getting better.
When I annoy him now, instead of him he'll swipe at me maybe once. But he's realized that's not effective for stopping me. So instead now he meows. He's just like, he'll be like, meow when it's too much petting. And I'm like, okay. I like that. I like that he's communicating with me. Because he is a big communicator and he doesn't have to swipe at us.
Yeah, Trouble has the whole cat dictionary's worth of meows available to him.
Mm-hmm.
He has every meow in the book, from plaintive to angry to curt to yeah,
To longing.
long. He's crazy how all the different meows. He just manipulates us with his tone of voice.
Yeah.
I will try to stay golden. I appreciate Buckshot or
I like
Scott.
that. Yeah.
Scott Taylor. I appreciate your reference there.
Too.
Have I heard the new Cemetery album? No, I've not. How old is she? Meaning the cat or my wife? The cat. I don't know how old Trouble is. Scorpio's 8 or 9 years old.
I can't believe that.
Rachel's 39 years old. I'm 52 years old. And this delicious hot meal is about 5 minutes old now. All right, Mr. Kartoffel, sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. If they do bite you, tell them that I'm disappointed in them.
Ooh, that's a good way of getting them to stop.
Trouble, we don't know how old
how
he
old
is.
he
He was a
is.
stray, so we just don't know. I would
He's
guess somewhere
older.
between 5 and 10, you know?
5 and 10. He's definitely not younger than Scorpio. He's, he struggles jumping on things. And I do believe that parts of his body hurt and he doesn't want to pet. But he's gotten better with that even.
I don't really think that's the case, though. I've heard of Andrew Tate. I've never watched any of his stuff or whatever. But,
I'm so glad he's giving me advice.
So, okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to check out one song from Cemetery called Bloody Angel for a second. I'm going to mute for a second to check it out. And I'll give you a quick response to the first minute or so of it, okay? No, it's not good. I'm sorry, it's more or less, like, I guess you would say, very bad, I guess. I don't know. I don't really have much positive to say about it at all. It's just kind of
in your face.
repetitive. Doesn't seem to have any directionality to it. The trap drums are annoying. The aesthetic is um, like dated and not appealing or good. Across the board, I will say that I do not like that. Okay, I have heard of Andrew Tate. I don't know him. I've never watched his shit. I mean, I have a feeling that Andrew Tate would make me mad if I did try to watch it. I can't really watch it together, maybe without running into copyright stuff.
We should definitely try and watch some of his stuff. I mean, I have a general idea. I've never watched any of his stuff, but I have a general idea of like who he is.
I mean, it sounds like he's just another YouTuber who's appealing to angry young males, right?
Yes.
And that's there's no good way to do that.
No.
Am I a Republican? No, I'm not a Republican, nor Democrat, nor Libertarian. I'm a correctist. I have the correct position on every specific political issue, and it doesn't matter whether it's a conservative position, a liberal position, or whatever else you want to call it. I will have the correct position on it because I do not operate according to those group labels at all. You cannot reduce me to one of those things because I'm not determining the correctness thing, cascading down from a certain ideology. Instead, I'm parsing everything specifically on its merits.
Ruben, are you two hours ahead of us? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Runar
Good
says
afternoon.
he's selfish about the direction I want to generally steer things. So it's like you want to be boat captain.
You want to keep going left? We've already gone left like 4 times, Ruben. I'm pretty sure left is the right direction again.
So 2, 3, 4.
Left, 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 left. You're back where you started. That's what it's for. Yeah.
No, he said it's 4 p.m.
Oh, I think we were talking about him making 4 lefts in a row.
No, but I like that he's making 4 lefts.
That is my wife, yes. It is 2:04 p.m. here in the afternoon.
So 2, 3, 4, 5. So are you on the East Coast, Big Dog Mofo?
Yeah, Natasha and Big Dog Mofo are in Eastern time zone. Ruben's Central. There's additionally mountain, but there may not be anybody here who's in Mountain.
No, there isn't.
And then there's Pacific. So.
Florida.
There's also Hawaii time zone.
That's true.
It's further behind us.
Yeah, how many hours will we?
Maybe 5 hours behind.
4 or 5?
3. I'm not sure. It's either 3 or 5.
He's eating manicotti.
Yeah, I'm having this frozen manicotti here. I'm chopping it up into small pieces first because I don't have a lot of teeth for chewing things. I tend to. I mean, even when I have a lot of teeth, I have a tendency to mush up all my food before I eat it.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's a skill. I can't do it. I do so poorly.
It requires patience, you know. No, I don't know all the names for My Little Pony, but now you make me want to look it up. I remember
what's the rainbow one?
Rainbow Sparkles, I think.
Okay. She was very popular.
I mean, I remember My Little Pony from when Delilah liked it as a little kid. I remember, there were plenty of things that she liked that I did like and that had cool things about them. My Little Pony was not one of them.
My sister liked the 90s version of My Little Pony. Yeah, the 80s version. I did too. I had a My Little Pony doll. My sister used it more than I did. I was more into Barbie.
I'm trying to find the names of the My Little Ponies here. Let's see.
That's the one.
Where are the names of the ponies, though? Replying to criticism that My Little Pony is junk, cartoonist Craig McCracken noted that both My Little Pony and Star Wars can have integrity or be junk depending on how they're produced. Well, I want there to be a list of the names of the ponies.
Yeah.
There's not any list of the names. I guess I'll have to Google that directly, Mm-hmm. Rainbow Dash. Okay, right.
Rainbow Dash, yes!
What are the names of the My Little Pony ponies?
I was friends with someone who collected them, and if she thought that you were doing a good job or were being nice or whatever, she would let you take one of her grab from her bag My Little Ponies.
Well,
I thought it was cute.
There's Applejack, Fluttershy, Pinkie Pie, Twilight Sparkle, Shirley, Rainbow Dash, Apple Bloom, Blossom Forth, Flurry Heart, Princess Luna, Angel and Dove, Azalea Bloom, Berry Shine, Breezy, Brights Brightly, Candy Apple, Charm, Cloud Climber, Daylily, Dream Beauties, Fairy Dust, Fleur de Lis, and Flitter. Not to mention Scootaloo.
Hmm.
So it's I like this stuff.
Twilight Sparkle is probably her favorite.
Probably. I think maybe the most famous one is Rainbow Dash.
Yeah, Rainbow Dash is definitely the most famous one.
But when she was a little kid, actually, she had Pinkie Pie in one of her emails. It must have been in reference to this.
So maybe Pinkie Pie was your favorite.
Like I said, this is one of the things that Delilah liked, along with Full House, for example. I just didn't like. I just couldn't help. And was like, okay, dude, you want to watch Full House? Fine. Watch it in your room, please. I do not myself want to watch Full House.
I'll confess that, like, when I was in college in my 20s, I was, like, pretty obsessed with, like, the Olsen twins, like, style.
The
Yeah.
grandma thing?
What?
You mean like the grandma thing?
Yeah, the grandma thing, I was very into it. I like their style a lot.
They were no longer doing Full House at that point, right?
Yeah, no, way after that. Way after that.
I mean, it was probably around the time that Delilah was watching Full House and thinking that it was like a currently made show, you know, and being, I explained to her, no, those little kids are all grown up now.
Yeah.
This is an old show.
Yeah.
She was like, you could see in her face, like, what? Like maybe like she had some imagining dreams of meeting these other kids and something, I don't know, but she was so sad to learn that it was not, those kids were all grown up, the show was old.
That is sad. Oh. That's so cute.
She loved that show so much. I was here in a room.
I like that
just cackling. And she'd come out and be like, and then the DJ said meow, and then meow. It was hilarious.
I was kind of forced to watch Full House at my friend Vivian's house. Like, we would hang out a lot, and she loved Full House too. And she, like, same thing, would be cackling. She watched it mainly, she told me, because Uncle Jesse is, so what's his name? John Stamos, is Greek. So she was like, I'm Greek, he's Greek. This is a good show. But she would laugh and stuff at it. But I was always like, this fucking show is so terrible. Oh.
The thing is, I remember a super terrible show from only like Gen Xers could possibly have watched. Or boomers or something maybe, but called Small Wonder. If you've never seen anything about Small Wonder before, look up some Small Wonder on YouTube, and you will see the most poorly written, poorly acted, poorly conceived show ever in history.
Is it that one with, like, the girl robot?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's a treasure. It really is.
And she's like not a good actress, even though all she has to do is pretend to be a robot. It's horrible across the board.
Small Wonder. Go check it out, for real.
Mm-hmm.
Aquarius. I always give give Aquarius this advice. So the Aquarius is the water bearer, and so they're usually depicted pouring water out of a jug. So Aquarius is known to be very intellectual, and when they're pouring water, it's like pouring emotions. So that I was always like to like balance that and like give you back yourself, like take ownership of your emotions. You should like think about water and like drink water and like be by water or like
Love
fish.
water, touch water.
Yeah,
Put water on you.
Yeah.
Take water off of you.
Yeah. Take showers.
Name drops of water.
Mm-hmm.
Name them each individually.
Yeah, you can.
As Aquarius, of course, you're like the star in the tarot.
Mm-hmm.
You got 2 jugs,
Yep.
some hair. You never knew what was under there. Okay, you just got to pour the water out and then stand up and everyone's going to applaud because you're the star.
Yeah, you are. You come right after the tower.
Uncle Jesse was hot AF. Uncle Jesse was hot AF. You know who I thought was hot when I was 14? Tracy Gold, before she got anorexia. When she was,
I don't mean to laugh.
when she was thick, I was like, oh, I have these fantasies when I was going to bed of like being Tracy Gold's boyfriend.
That's adorable.
But then she got all weirdly skinny. I was like, she doesn't look
See,
good
that's
anymore.
how I feel about when like people like get plastic surgery. So anyway, that's adorable. Who did I do that with? I think I used to do that with JC Chazé from NSYNC.
You imagine him being like, Rachel, I don't care, it's just a regular girl. You're the girl for me.
Yeah.
And then they start singing that NSYNC song like,
As I got older, though, I kind of questioned his sexuality.
I think he's a homosexual, maybe?
Possibly. I don't know. He kind of gave... He was definitely the most feminine of the guys that I had crushes on. Yeah! Those are the exact rules.
Well, I'm glad I never got with Tracy Gold because I wouldn't have wanted to deal with her anorexia, you know. I don't know if she got over that or whatever, but she went from, in my opinion, like, oh, look how like thick and juicy she is, and I imagine her like being like, you know, I'm here to stand by your side, Eric, and like you know, pushing her boobs against me as she hugs me and stuff. I would imagine such like not even sexual stuff exactly.
So I have a question. I was watching this YouTube, and it was 2 people discussing LGBTAI plus.
You forgot Q.
Oh.
Go ahead, sorry.
Sorry about that. Q is very important. And the guy was saying that him as a guy, that guys in general, they see a person, they think about sex right away. And the girl was like, I think that women are different from that. They see a guy and they see like the potential in him as like a boyfriend.
I don't think I think about sex right away.
Yeah, I didn't think that every guy. Like I was like, that's not every guy, right?
I mean, I certainly don't think about sex right away. If I'm single, considering like maybe this person is a candidate or something for me to hit on or whatever, then I still won't be thinking about sex exactly. I'll just be trying to, I guess, get a feel for whether she's projecting some kind of like open availability to me, you know? But
That's smart.
I mean, maybe it's because I don't feel like I intuitively can note that. I have to kind of willfully pay attention to that. But um, and then I guess at some point, if I think maybe, then I would be like more like, sup, sup, hey girl, sup,
Flirty.
Yeah, flirty. Exactly. That's the word for it. Do I know Sanrio? Sure. You mean Hello Kitty, Choco
Oh
Cat?
yeah, Karopi. Karopi's my dude. I love Karopi. He's the frog.
Personally, I'm a Choco Cat guy.
Choco Cat.
Yeah.
Choco Cat is like a newer one.
I just I like the fact that he's the alternative cat to Hello Kitty. So that even though he's called Choco Cat, I believe him to embody the notion of goodbye kitty.
Hey, Ke. I just said to Aquarius that since they pour out emotions from the jugs, that they should think about their emotions more and be around like water, drink a lot of water, restore their water in their, because like they're very brain focused. Depends. Twilight Sparkle is this behalf on the Rizzler?
Well, Twilight Sparkle asked, "Do I know what gap means?" The truth is, Twilight Sparkle, maybe I am the only one, in addition to Rachel, who has access to it. I'm maybe the only person who truly knows what gap means. Because
Hi, Winston's mom.
I'm the only person.
Oh no, it's happening.
With this. Gyat.
Ooh, you changed it. Oh.
That was the slow mic drop gyat.
Okay? Wow.
That wasn't the surprise jab. Pow! Gyat. That was the slow mic drop gyat. You need to eat. All right, you go eat. As in contemplate their emos. I don't believe in contemplating my emo.
Yeah, you probably do need more earth and fire.
So, what we learned in last night's bedtime story, Rachel, was that Natasha Godfrey Ashford is absolutely terrible when it comes to talking to guys and stuff.
Really?
Yeah. And show media, the man with the great machete, and money had to coach her on talking to guys. She, at Cincy, for example, if she thinks there's a hot guy, as she says over there, she'll run up to him and say, "Oh my God, do you play Dungeons and Dragons?" And then when he says, "What?" she goes, "Never mind," and run away. That's how bad it is.
Oh, that's like she's in like a Japanese anime.
Yeah, she's got excessive, like, if she's talking to normal people or anybody in normal circumstances, she just talks normally. But as soon as she thinks she's talking to a quote unquote hot guy, then she just completely loses all of her cool.
Try being his friend first. Like, if you have lunch at the same time and you want to talk to him, like, have lunch, chill with your friends for a little bit, then go over to his table and be like, "Hey, what's up? Like, what are you guys talking about?" Or
yeah, don't go over and yell at him about Dungeons and Dragons and then run away.
Yeah,
okay?
Ask him. Be like, "Hey, do you like Dungeons and Dragons?" And if he like responds, I mean, look, this is all me talking, and it's easier said than done for sure. But I just found that as I became closer as a friend, like there was more of a build.
Right. Then all of a sudden your friend wanted to set your boobs.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, Natasha Godfrey. I would just amend that to say, ask him. You be more open if you use a disjunction. Do you like Dungeons or Dragons?
That's funny. That's good. That's really good, actually. You might get a laugh out of that. And that's the plus points.
Right. Anyway, I'm not sure, of course, if Natasha Godfrey Ashford is actually prone to doing any of these things, but she was in the story last night.
Oh.
Juicy Jumbo, hello from Tennessee, hello from California, the center of the state, here in lovely Mariposa County, home to Yosemite National Park.
I don't know, maybe Earth, Ke? You have a Capricorn ascendant though, so that's pretty big. But that could be your only Earth element. No, you have opposition, so it's not Earth. I don't know. Maybe water.
I have no idea how old Natasha is. She wasn't really looking for advice. I was just making up a story, pretending that she had this
That's how
particular
she-
social problem,
That's
and
hysterical.
and she needed everybody's help to talk to boys.
Hi,
That's just
Lou.
how the story went. Lou, good day to you. I appreciate your star with a circle trailing it. I appreciate your rainbow, your integration of emojis to bring warmth, color, and positivity along with stars into this particular chat. Advice would differ, KE. Well, KE, it sounds like you need advice about how to talk to boys as well.
And it can't be water that you're lacking in your chart because you have oppositions to Earth, which is water. I don't really know. Third Earth or water, some what, fire?
Now, I would suspect that a lot of people.
I'm thinking about your chart now. I'm like, wait, no, she can't be water deficient because she has Cancer. She's Cancer, and she has a lot of oppositions to Capricorn, so she has Cancer, and that's But
If you have too much water, you should drink a glass of sand. I want to say, people probably think, a lot of people probably think Natasha Godfrey Ashford is married because of the hyphenated last name, but her parents had a hyphenated last name, so she was born with that hyphenated last name.
So, is her soulmate? Does her soulmate have a hyphenated last name too?
Yes, it's Barton, Harton Parton.
Okay, so she is going to be.
She's going to be Godfrey Harton Ashford Parton.
Wow!
Yeah.
That actually has a nice ring to it.
Yeah, Natasha Godfrey Harton Ashford Parton. And then, that's what her kids are going to be named. So they're going to have 4. If they then marry somebody else who's got 4, then they'll have 8 names. Like Hernandez, Smith, Jenkins, Johnson, Godfrey Harton Ashford Parton. Like that.
KE, like, the thing is, though, you talk so much, and, like, air is associated with, well, I guess they do say sometimes when you lack a certain element, you overcompensate for that, so, because you talk a lot, like, you're a talker. I'm so glad you have a folder for that.
I'm looking for, see if I can find Mr. Harton Parton, I'm trying to find Mr. Harton Parton. Let me see if I can find him so we know what he looks like.
Okay, good.
Unless I mailed him off, I don't think I mailed that one. I don't think she sent me a so.
Oh, Natasha Godfrey Ashford says she's still in love with Tim Parton. That's so cute.
I don't know whose soulmate is Carson Hughes, but I really like Carson Hughes.
I do too. He looks like a nice guy.
Yes, I'm Carson Hughes. He talks like that,
Oh.
These things are different. What is this?
Is that Sarah?
Yeah, this is different alternate views of Sarah. Let me separate these. Yeah. Here's Angela Lansbury. Leslie Donkers, Show Media's soulmate.
Oh.
We've got Fran. Not sure whose soulmate that is. I can't read that for now. Carlos Paeva's soulmate. Kevin's soulmate, Crystal. Boba Fett's soulmate, Rakshala. Well, here he is. This is Natasha Godfrey.
Wow, he's handsome. Oh, there's a dead mouse.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get it. Damn dead mouse. Tim Harton Parton is, in fact, Natasha Godfrey Ashford's soulmate.
He's good. He's good looking.
Yeah, he's a square-jawed fellow.
Yeah.
He does have kind of one tooth that kind of stands out, but maybe he could
But
get
I like that.
work.
Gives some character.
Oh, you like it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And he could. I bet you. Well, you can't tell if it's muscle, but he's definitely got like more upper body weight.
Oh yeah, he works out his upper body a lot more than his lower body, obviously. But he also got a sharp kind
He's
of
got
a buzz
nice
cut.
hair. Yeah. He's
a
got
real,
nice big eyes.
He's a real looker.
Yeah, he is.
So what I want to do is combine all of the soulmates into one and the other stuff. And for KE's here, you know, we don't want to forget about her soulmate, Ann Bohr.
I think he's a good-looking guy.
You know what he is he's got a great personality, is what it is. And we don't want to forget about
we
Elaine.
don't want to forget about personality.
Elaine's soulmate, Kevin, that she's going to get with after she breaks up with Chris Chapin. Okay. Maybe Kevin is Chris Chapin's sort of spirit name. Rachel, stop lying. Rachel's not lying about Ann Bohr, okay? Listen, you're lying about Ann Bohr. You're lying about your soulmate. You got did you receive Jessica scoliosis yet? If so, well, I hope you're out there. You should be out there looking for her.
Yes, you have to bring the paper with you and like point it, you know, at
hold
people
it
and
up.
compare. Hold it up and compare.
Are you Tim Harton Parton?
Oh my gosh! If that ever manifested into life, it would be great. But we know that these are going to be very valuable one day, so hold on to them.
Rachel knows that, right? I'm a little skeptical of that notion, but that's fine.
I mean, I'm joking, but
well, you never know, Rachel.
You don't.
Know. If I got famous,
I know. That's what I mean. Antiques Roadshow could be like.
That's why I'm only a
these
little.
These are
skeptical.
actually of a series of soulmates drawn by Eric Dale Strauss.
You know, YouTube collectibles have gotten really hot lately, especially original YouTube collectibles from the what's now known as the golden era of YouTube. Can you imagine that, like 40 years or whatever, been having that conversation on Antiques Roadshow?
Yes.
And all of a sudden, like if you've got stuff from a signed picture from PewDiePie, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's worth like $1 million or something. That'd be crazy.
This is not a swingers party.
Unless the swinging you'd like to do is as per a swing set on a playground.
Or a swing dance.
Or swing dancing. In which case, those things are both appropriate for what we do around here, which is we're all part of the Fun Friends gang. We try to have fun being fun friends. Show Media says, hello, sexy, beautiful, nutty, gay love bugs. Okay, well, Show Media, I was just looking at your soulmate and wondering if you were searching for them. I saw them here. Show Media does have a soulmate. Here's Chris Chapin's soulmate, Carol. Fine. Show Media's soulmate. Tordo, Peru. Tyra Harris's soulmate.
Yeah, we do have a dead mouse in the house.
I'll get it in a second.
This is important. I'm not trying
I just need to find Show Media's soulmate. Oh, here it is. Leslie Donkers. Wow. She's a real.
Wow.
She is a real catch.
Wow, she is.
Her boobs are hanging a little low.
But they're
beautiful.
Yeah.
They just they're more kind of. She has a long torso. Is what it boils down to. She has a long torso. I've got high hips. I understand that. So anyway, Leslie Donkers. What I really like. Look at this beautiful smile she has. Look at that beautiful smile.
She's so happy.
And such plump, pouty lips.
Yes.
Plump and pouty. So get with that Leslie. I'm sorry, it's Leslie Donkers. Get with her. Yeah, Leslie. Get with her as soon as possible. Would be crazy if you drew someone's soulmate as Hero Lamb. Hero Lamb seems to be concerned about like magic getting loose in bad ways. But I don't really worry about that at all. Nicest retired says trash. What about trash? Would you like me to comment upon trash? The disposal thereof, landfills. Would you like me to talk about my trash compactor? I do have a trash compactor. I've never used it before. Recently, we'll need to get some trash compactor bags.
I want to definitely try and use it.
Are you suggesting that I trash something specifically? Or are you using it as a verb?
Hi, Emily Fry.
How's it going, Emily Fry? What are you doing? Why? What's going on, Rastas? Hey, I'm not a Rasta, okay? I believe that the Rastafarians are heathens who are going to hell because they don't believe in Christ.
That's good to know, Winston's mom. I'm a Venus and Pisces too.
Don't worry, Rastafarians. I'm joking. I don't really think that. I don't think you're one now. I don't really have any opinion about like hell, heaven, and stuff. It's hard to say what's going to happen after you're dead, you know? It's the one barrier that is unreturnable from, as far as we know. And therefore, unget information aboutable. K.E. loves me the most, and that's what is true for everyone. Yeah, because everybody loves Eric the most because he's so great. Well, thanks, K.E. I know you weren't talking to me, but I'm going to take advantage of your lack of clarity and apply it to myself. Ruben R says, show media could even have it hooked up to a GPT automation that sorts the notes out and texts them and emails them to you. Even gives you the TE for outer cheap outcomes if that's what your idea is about. Everybody here has a water Venus. Everybody here's got one. Everybody here, they got your water Venus. Everybody here, come. It's a very sexual sentence, Natasha, Godfrey Ashford. Everybody here has a water Venus. Surely you think that must be a euphemism for something. No, they're talking astrology. Your Neptune is in my Uranus. Mike Goldberg, Channel 15, you've already told that to me before, and I'm not going to make you a mod because it doesn't matter if you're gay or not. I don't care who you are, what you are. I'm not making you a mod anytime soon. Okay? Ever, really. Why? Because I'm a sensible person who does not make people mods when they say, make me a mod. Squares and rods. The rods in astrology. My rod is extending your moon into my Uranus. I don't have a girlfriend. Well, a lot of people don't have a girlfriend. Justin and Jilly, my name is Yaviel. A lot of people don't have a girlfriend. What did I have for breakfast? I had lunch. I had manicotti, frozen dinner. Yeah. Lou, Natasha Godfrey Ashford is singing that horrible song to you. She's saying to you, how many hours of sleep did I get? About 5. You learned to be gay from this channel, Mike Goldberg? Oh, you watched my videos, How to Be Gay, 10-part series? Wow. Yeah, I just made that as a public service to help people who didn't know how to be gay but wanted to be gay to learn how to be gay, you know. I've studied it some, and I've come to understand exactly how to be gay, that if you want to be gay, it's going to depend on whether you're a man or a woman, exactly how to do that. But I appreciate you watching my series. Eric teaches everybody how to be gay. I never said that, Mike Goldberg. Once again, you are defaming me with false statements. Well, you know, I like to help people have to more effectively make the choice to be gay. You know, like, okay, come here. Look, Joe. What? These are boobs. Yeah, I see those like this. Ah! No, you don't. Electric shock therapy. This is penis. Okay. You like it a lot. Here's a treat. Here's a candy. You know, I'm beginning to associate good tastes with penis. Can I have a shout out? Bryn Marvin, you hereby are shouted out. Yes, Goblin, I do still do MBTI, which is to say, I'm certainly happy to answer any questions people ask about the subject. Additionally, I have a typing session that should be publishing sometime later today. In fact, I should check to see if the conversion is done yet. Let me see. It's still processing. It was long. It's almost 2 hours. In fact, I continued talking to him for longer, such that it went on for more than 2 hours, which was fine. Friday my time. Okay, let me do this. This is good. I'll deal with this thing right now. You and your email address. Piao, copy. Me and my calendar. Friday at noon. Piao. Friday, noon. Piao. Oops. Noon. Typing session. Typing session. And then add guests. Piao. Paste. Piao. Save. Send. Piao. Done. Wow. Such a good job. I deserve a prize. I deserve a prize. I dealt with that thing. I needed to deal with it and not sing. But that I dealt with it. Now I can sing. Isn't that great? I deserve a prize.
Yes, you do. What do you deserve a prize for?
Well, I had this other lady who paid me, and I sent her an email saying what day and time they want. I needed to check my email and find her response so I knew what time to schedule it. Goblin asks, have I ever considered going live on TikTok? No. I've been on YouTube forever. I have no intention to go on anything else unless something terrible makes YouTube unsustainable for me. Monkey Bars, please shout out to Harry Parrot Testes. I like that one. Harry Parrot Testes. I like it.
KE, that's so cute.
I should enter into this fray of making up ridiculous names that you could potentially get a shout out to. Like Screw. Or Screw Tumblix. I should make up a bunch of these silly things that people do. Yeah, my name's Scro Tumblix. Could you could you give me a shout out? Hello, Jackson Fish. How are you doing? Robinson used to watch your streams in 2019 a lot. Oh, well, so you're familiar with the fact that I've been live streaming on YouTube since YouTube started streaming and stuff. Before that, I was uploading YouTube. So I don't know. I'm really invested in / married to this platform. Since I've been here for such a long time, I have encounters with people like you who said, "Hey, you're still doing this. I used to watch you in 2019." Right?
Show media, you're a life path 4. Eric's life path 22. I mean, if you want to reduce it, it is 4.
You don't get stalkers all. Well, I haven't gotten stalkers yet. I might get. I mean, I have had something like stalkers before, sort of, but it's not really possible to stalk me because I would just probably engage with you continually until you went away or got sick of dealing with me. I'd be like, "So explain yourself more." And you'd be like, okay, you know what? Never mind. I don't want to stalk you anymore. You keep asking me questions I don't want to answer and complaining when I fail to answer them. Who's to say she's the imposter? For all you know, I might be. I think both of you are fake, Katie. I think both Ks are just bots. You're a bot. You're NPC. You stalker. Yeah, well, I'd be like, I keep giving her so much attention. Like, come, let me interview you and figure out what's going on. And they'd be like, I don't want you to expose all. Never mind, I'm running away now. That's how it would go, Because I like to be all transparent and public about all of the things going on. I like everything to be live streamed. Hello, I have a question. SG Frogger, I'm glad to know that you have a question. I am stubborn bubbern. Bubbern. I think really anyone would be fooled by that one. But I like I am as a first name. You need some up dog. Any makeup tutorials? Yeah, I've got a few makeup tutorials. I mean, I've got a few makeup hacks, that are helpful. For example, when you're using a foundation, you spread it with a butter knife. That's one trick that I use. When using mascara, always use it on your eyelashes. One tip I have.
Good tip.
However, keep in mind, eyeliner can add just a hint of depth at the top of the eyebrow right here. A lot of people just use it like right here or whatever. But you can use it right up here. No, just a little accent.
Yeah. They actually use it like up here, mostly eyeliner.
Oh, up there. Right.
Sometimes under their eye, like in the waterline. And then if they want to go panda eyes, they put it like dark underneath.
And when you're using rouge, or blush, whichever one you want to call it. A lot of people just make a kind of like a vague circle here.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually do just very subtly show little lines across your cheek. Then you'll look like an anime character in love.
Yeah.
So try that. And of course, assuming you don't have a beard, you know. Why do women in hair salons want to clip their eyebrows? I'm not sure, but I know why I want to clip my eyebrows when I clip them. It's because they've gotten too long. My eyebrow hairs have gotten all, ooh. Domino Tomatos. What did he say? Everybody's angry at him. Hey, hey, hey. I didn't even see his shit. Okay, I must be on Top Chat. I am. Why do you default to Top Chat, you dummy thing?
Good
Uh,
playing, Capio.
it's just the millionth person asked that question. The 1 billion millionth person in history to ask me that question. I do look
Fair
fly
enough.
when I fly, says KE. So you dress up to ride on a plane? Would you say that you've got on like your fanciest sport coat with a sharp business suit for a woman underneath it? Or do you wear a long flowing gown?
Do you hope to have chemistry with the man who sits next to you, who's unmarried?
Hi, my name's Quaid Daniels. I'm sitting next to you on this flight.
Quaid Daniels.
What are your thoughts on dark triad and all that? I mean, I think every expression of dark triad fundamentally represents uh, failure to be accountable in some sense. Um, an inability to be corrected by others, to take criticism productively, and to understand that justice requires kind of an equal relationship between people, not a relationship that involves leveraging some power dynamic to make the other person's experience of the relationship less authentic and less consensual. I think that's essentially how dark triad plays out one way or the other. They they include a lot of instrumentality, leveraging certain things, uh, criticism, etc. But ultimately, it's all just refusal to be accountable because if if they were normal people, at some point in their life they would attempt to deal with others like that. They'd get checked. They'd have it explained to them, no, your behavior is toxic, it's unacceptable. Here's what you've done. I want you to acknowledge that and learn from it. No, 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 no. Obviously, for whatever reason, they they end up either pathologically avoiding that experience of being corrected and learning that thing, or are somehow unable to experience that in a productive way, and accordingly, they're dark triad. Sup, Lone the Wall. Bill Cosby, Chris Brown, and P. Diddy all went into a bar. Bill Cosby, Chris Brown, and P. Diddy. They sat down and said, yah, yah. That's like a good, like old Negro spiritual song. What are the three people again? Bill Cosby, Chris Brown, and P. Diddy. It rolls off the tongue as like a lyric,
Mm-hmm.
Bill Cosby, Chris Brown, and P. Diddy all walked into a bar. Bill Cosby, Chris Brown, and B. Diddy. The ride wasn't walking so far. They sat down there and they said to the tender, hey, bartender, what you do? And the bartender says, I'm not really sure, but I ain't gonna serve all you. you know. And then they say, why won't you serve us, old bartender man? And bartender says, Because you beat on the women and you treat them like shit, and you treat them like objects, for them and stuff. So everybody hates you now and they should, because you're bad, bad man. Oh, what do you think? Anyway, that's the old Negro spiritual called Bill Cosby, Chris Brown, and P. Diddy. I'm hoping that all of you end up finding yourself walking around singing to yourself, Bill Cosby, Chris Brown, and P. Diddy. A Bill Cosby, Chris Brown, and P. Diddy. A Bill Cosby, Chris Brown, and P. Diddy. You're gonna sing it all night. You're gonna sing it all night. A Bill Cosby, Chris Brown, and P. Diddy. A Bill Cosby, Chris Brown, and P. Diddy. I was just singing with that. Cosby, Chris Brown, and P. Diddy. Sing it now. You're gonna sing it all night. You are. Said Bill Cosby, Chris Brown, and P. Diddy. I'm hopeful that tomorrow I hear you guys come in and say, hey, I kept singing all evening. Bill Cosby, Chris Brown, and P did it. Bill Cosby, Chris Brown, and P did it.
Bill Cosby, did it.
Have I ever reported someone to the authorities? I mean, a long time ago when I was in Oregon, my friend Brian Guion and I were in a hotel room, and in the room next to us, we heard what sounded to be child abuse, and so we called the cops. They ended up coming, and the guy had been like, there's a warrant out for him or whatever. They ended up arresting him. And I don't know. We just didn't. It was like disturbing, kind of crying sounds. And
Wow.
I think we did the right thing for everybody.
You did do the right thing.
Even though we were young, you know.
You did the right thing.
And of course, when you're young, you're not necessarily going to make a good decision. So it's not necessarily the case that.
Thank you, Capito. Thank you.
That it was going to work out that way.
Thank you, Capito. Yeah.
So, what kind of music do I like? I like good music. I like good music of all kinds.
I like rap music. I like to listen to it.
I like to put it in the car when I go down the street. I like to hear the MCs talking about how they're better than the other MCs and more clever. I do like rap music. I also like not rap music. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
I
do like some rap though.
Yeah, for sure. I like songs. I also like rap songs, but it's like a whole different thing, right? Like a rap song, you're looking for a good track, a track that moves throughout the whole thing, has nice rhythmic stuff going on, and ideally just lyrics that don't bother you. They don't even have to be good, but the rapping has to be good percussively, like interesting what they're doing in relationship to the beat, and the beat's got to be pumping, and it shouldn't be too long, you know. But there are definitely good rap songs. I really like Lemon. I like Humble by Kendrick Lamar. I like King Kunta. I like a lot of, like a couple of Baby No Money stuff. And it's not like I do consistently include new rap songs in my searches for music when I'm looking for new stuff. If you think I'm a man of questionable taste, Bofet, then you don't know music. Very poor at evaluating the taste of a person.
Honestly, though, it's true. You like it neat and tidy when it comes to music, like as in like you keep your list very like.
It needs to not. Actually, as I listen to the songs, when I listen to it this time, it can't fail. I say win every time. So Boba Fett's notion that somehow I'm loosey-goosey about what I like, that just about anything tickles my NE.
Not true.
Oh my God. It would be difficult to imagine somebody more demanding than me. In terms
you really are.
If the track's not timeless and genius, then great. It's not going to stick around my playlist long. fine. I already had holes. I realized.
It's good. It's good. It's good.
I used to watch you back when you were streaming from a shed. Well, I mean, I was never streaming from a shed, Goblin. I was streaming from my garage in Temple City, in my house in Temple City that I've rented for a super long time at first. Then I was streaming from the garage in Laverne, house I shared with my ex-girlfriend. She was pretty toxic. And then I streamed from the back house at my dad's house. And now I'm streaming from our house here in Mariposa, which is obviously the most appealing place I've streamed from. Yeah, Laverne was a cool place. I sometimes would stream maybe from inside, but probably not, because I didn't stream from a phone back then. I didn't have that kind of mobility that I have now streaming with the phone vertically. I can walk around, do whatever. How much do I weigh? I weigh about 180 pounds. Teaching wimps foreplay pleasurably. That is not what TWFP stands for. Well, thanks, Show Media. I do not live next to Jay Leno. You like Johnny Halliday? Do I know Edith Piaf? I'm not sure who Edith Piaf is. I'm not sure. Thoughts on rainbow people? I mean, I treat everybody the same, like an individual. I don't care about their group affiliation. Whether it's gay, straight, black, white, Catholic, atheist, Republican, Democrat, whatever, I treat everybody the same. Jay Leno says he knows me. Well, I don't know him. I don't believe I live anywhere near Jay Leno. I think he probably lives in LA, doesn't he? Somewhere. Do you see my nacho? I don't see your nacho. What does that mean? I have no idea what that is.
Thank you for the...
Did you make nachos or something?
Oh. Hey!
He's fine. He's going the
He's
other
just
way.
going in there.
Yeah. What do you mean it's a big nacho? I have no idea what you're talking about. I like Johnny Halliday who sings about waiting. He sings about waiting, huh? And so, you like songs about waiting in general? Is that what it's like? You like Waiting for Your Man by the Velvet Underground? Do you like Waiting on a Friend by Meh? Whoever sang that song?
Before I forget, can we maybe sing some of your songs, like practice? It'd be fun. I feel like singing, and I...
Sure, darling squirrel.
Cool.
We can do that.
Cool.
We just have a house tube here.
Oh, I wasn't even saying right away, but I'd like to.
Look how fast those clouds are moving.
That storm's coming in. It's beautiful out today. I mean, it's freaking gorgeous.
Yeah, it's a lovely day. Absolutely lovely. Who wouldn't enjoy a day like today? What temperature do you think it is?
64?
Think that cold? I was gonna say like 70 or 69 or
Really?
yeah, but maybe you're right. Do you have your phone on you?
No.
Well, we can look it up when we get back inside. But
Maybe someone could look it up. What's the temperature in Mariposa?
yeah, of course it's warmer in town than it is here.
Maybe 65. I don't know. It's nice. I like being out in the sun. I'm definitely taking advantage of the vitamin D right now.
The reason she needs to take advantage of the vitamin D is because she gets milk, but I consistently take the vitamin D out of the milk and throw it away.
That's why.
Yeah. Because, you know, I'm opposed to adding extra stuff, like vitamins or minerals.
She can't
I also take the iodine out of the iodized salt and throw that away.
Oh my gosh, no wonder my blood's so messed up.
Yeah.
I need some iron.
That's iodine.
Iodine, I mean. I can barely help myself.
See if I can get a good shot of the stream. You can really see it in several places right now, but I like to show the creek when I can get a good view of it, you know. Like, this is a pretty good view right there. You can kind of see it moving there, right? And then if I go over here, somewhere up here, you can see it too. Where is it? I guess that's about as good as it's gonna get. You can see the stream there moving. I wish it were a little more clear. Kind of far away down the hill, you know. It's still zoomed in? Yeah, there. And yeah, the stream goes down there along the bottom. If you walk along here, there's some spots where you can kind of see it, but there's a lot of like bushes and stuff and trees in the way. Here's something fun to look at.
Mushrooms.
Look at these little mushrooms here. I'm going to close these legs up so you can see what I'm talking about. They're all over this tree stump.
I think bears live in there.
They do like fairy mushrooms. Like, you know, they're basically platforms that teeny little fairies can stand on at different levels when they're having their assembly.
Yes.
Which they have every 3 months to decide important issues for fairies around here.
Wow.
What's going on?
That's a pretty special log.
I don't know what's going on. Some of the neighbors are doing something. Here you see some very interesting. Let me take this off of this thing. Here you see some very interesting little mushrooms.
Can't you see fairies congregating there?
Yeah. We have deemed these fairy platforms. As you can see, they are pretty cool looking. What is going on over there?
You want to check it out?
Yeah. I do want to go check it out. Let's go over here and see what we can see. Okay, we're going to go over here and see what that... God damn it. Sorry. I pushed the wrong thing. We're back now, don't worry. I've solved the problem. A miracle that everyone can enjoy. And I just... What do I do here? Which way does it go? This way. There. Okay, let's go look. See what's going on. Let's see.
Interesting.
They're working, it looks like, on the Water Tower Road. They're making the Water Tower Road, clearing out some trees or something from it. You see that thing moving around up there? I'm talking to this dream. That's a big scooper thing. And it's on the Water Tower Road, fairly close to the water tower, which you can see is right there. So that's fine. That's what they're doing.
That is fine. They look like they're doing a good job. Probably clearing out before the weather, or just because it needs to be done and gets checked on or whatever.
Well, we do need water.
Yeah,
and it comes from that tower up there.
Mm-hmm.
You can see through the trees a bit. But anyhow, so good for them. I'm not worried about them and what they're doing.
No, I'm not anymore.
No. Now, let's walk around the back and see what we see. It's such a nice day that we might as well walk around and look at things. Here are some rocks that we can walk on. Down there, we have the shed. Hello, shed. And down here we have a box we need to pick up.
Yeah, we did from the box that we got.
The BB guns. So, at some point I have to go down there and pick that box up.
Yeah, we do.
That sort of thing I personally ever would have thrown down there, but you were a tree feller, you're actually a forestry specialist. Oh. Are you going to tell me to cut down some trees? Can you see LA from your highest hill? Now, LA is like 5 hours away. Or you can see Fresno from high points off in the distance.
You can see Merced too.
And Merced from high points sometimes, I guess. Depending on where you are in the county. And then, look what we have here. Hello, girls. Got these ladies, these lovely ladies coming up. And so far they seem pretty happy with their transplant. They're feeling like, hey, it's spring. We're outside in the sun. We're enjoying ourselves. We're going to grow into nice, healthy plants. You can see a little stream through there. You can see it trickling by, flickering in the sunlight. I appreciated when somebody the other day said about a table that it was wiggly instead of wobbly. Oh, that was funny. I imagine a table wiggling around. All right. So, now that we've shown all of the excitement of nature, and I've had this health tube, why don't we go in and sing some songs as per your request?
Yay.
Feels nice to be outside for a little while.
It really does.
Read the chat, old man. Okay, I'm back inside. Jeez, I was smoking a cigarette. When I'm outside smoking, I don't necessarily read the chat. I'm walking around and looking at stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
Come
I
on,
do
this is not new stuff.
I do a pretty solid job of keeping up with the chat, but I'm gonna take some moments of meow.
I'm
Oh,
coming,
meow.
trouble.
Oh, don't worry about doxing myself.
Yeah.
No, there's no electricity in the shed. Thank you, Natasha. Why are they destroying nature? They're on the road that goes to the water tower and they're just clearing it. Something maybe on the road, they're smoothing it down or whatever, I don't know. Yes, maybe we will try to live stream from town one time, but it didn't necessarily get a whole lot of bars depending on where I am. Like we couldn't live stream from the Grove. There weren't enough bars. Thoughts on INFPs? I mean, I think they're great. I also think that don't count on them to reliably provide action or something. The naked girl on TikTok, you got a competition. Well, I'm not going to be able to compete with a naked girl. You think people can be beyond forgiveness? Sure. I mean, we might be morally inclined and suitable towards we're well served to be forgiving, like be Christ-like or whatever. But the point is, I'm not Jesus, so I'm not gonna forgive everybody everything. And people who are fucking horrible don't deserve to be forgiven. I'm not going to live stream from Disneyland because I'm not going to Disneyland. Can I name all 66 of the Bible? No. Are you drunk? No. HRU, how are you, man? Says Wealthy Mindset Frame. I am fine. Thank you for asking. What the hell is the Thug Shake? The Thug Shake is some kind of dance. I've never seen the actual Thug Shake, but I have Thug shooken myself plenty of times. No, we're not arm wrestling, putty cat. Get a nicer camera. You're in the middle leagues now. Well, I haven't. No, I'm not going to get a different phone. The thing about what I'm doing now is that I'm live streaming vertically, which means I'm always live streaming from my phone and not some other way. And no, I'm not getting a different phone. This phone's fine. Hey, twerking. What is Rachel's middle name? Christine. I put Himalayan salt on my brownie ebb. I am new to your channel. I really like your stuff. Can I ask you a question? Sure. You also don't need to ask if you can ask a question. That already is a question. So I hear. I hear that they're legalizing weed in Germany. My middle name is Dale. You missed me. Thanks. Did I miss you? No, not especially. Charles Ray. That's a fairly common strategy. You know, I'm going to pathologize you and pretend that I have concern for you and your well-being, which is of course insane. You have any actual judgment at all?
There was this test to see like your lung capacity, and I can only do it halfway. Like you inhale and hold your breath for a certain amount of like minutes, and yeah, I couldn't go past half.
What do you want to play?
I was thinking ladies.
Okay. I pull it up. Can I ride a unicycle? No.
arthritis of being sickle either.
Put this in. All right, so this one is dedicated to the guy who's wondering what's wrong with us and is genuinely concerned. Because this song is called What's Wrong with the Ladies? Or What's Wrong with the Men?
What's the matter with Chad?
Is he terribly bad?
Is he very like Dan?
Who's a terrible man?
Is he sort of like Jill?
Who can't pay a bill?
Is he rather like Jack?
Too stuck on the facts?
What's the matter with Sue?
Will she know what to do?
If they bring attitude,
Will she show ingenuity?
she talks about you whenever we go walking. What's the matter with Bryn?
She's been living in sin.
She's been hanging with Jim.
He's looking terribly thin.
What's the deal with Frank?
Stealing fish from my tank.
He's colluding with you.
And they're talking to Lou.
What's wrong with the ladies?
What's the matter with men?
From Katie.
To the coldness of Sven.
They talk about you
Whenever we go walking. Who's doing what here? Who's doing what?
What?
Who's doing the first part? Who's doing the first part? Am I doing the response?
I think so.
Okay, go ahead.
Paths that lead to lesser days.
Paths that lead to lesser days.
Still spill out the overwater.
Spill out the overwater
And
paths.
whoever's left, that's
Still okay. Just tie the sails to the mast.
Are you angry at Ken?
Word Neville again.
Don't bother with Ken.
He's practically dead.
Focus on Bert.
He's medium hurt.
What's the quandary for Liz?
The cheap battle quiz.
What's the matter with Drew?
Will she know what to do?
If they bring attitude,
Will she show ingenuity?
she talks about you
Whenever we go walking.
Paths that lead to lesser days.
Paths that lead to lesser days.
Still spill out the overwater.
Spill out the overwater
And
paths.
whoever's left, that's
Still okay. Just tie the sails to the mast. 'Cause each of us has much and gravely sinned. Throw up the hands, stiffen the chin. Catastrophe looms heavy overhead again. Time's gone will never be again. Excellent. Well done. You want to do, is something else you have in mind of doing?
anything.
Let's do this again. Let's do these ones we're gonna set. Get used to these ones. These are good ones to do. So I guess you sing the first verse. I'll sing the second verse. We'll both sing the chorus. I'll sing the bridge. You sing the third verse. We'll both sing the chorus.
Okay.
Let me go through it once on the guitar first.
If Jesus was people but absent of sin, he must have been troubled with regular men. Women
continue to improve, but I'm still thinking I probably need to transpose it down a step. It's too high for both of us at the very top of our ranges, you know. What else did we play before? What did we play?
Wonderful Kitty.
Wonderful Kitty. Let's try this one. You want to try this one? Same as the story?
Sure.
All right. Okay, let's try this one. You want to?
I was gonna ask what parts am I singing in?
I'd say you sing everything. I'll join you in the choruses.
Okay.
Sammy, I don't know.
Sammy has a story that need be told. This is a song for the open road, and such a thing must always do its job. She's married up, Jed turned 19, 4 years in, 3 kids. We're now questioning the path. Agency outpaces discretion, locking in our courses. Way too young. The urgency conferred is really just depression. Making sure those underneath them always run. Dug at 25, bourbon fun, likewise dug at 21, and so forth, well up into middle age. The ones that seemed to set him free became his old identity. Now Doug's about another drunken rage. Agency outpaced his discretion, locking in our courses. Way too young. The urgency conferred is really just depression. They'll offer you incentives, but they haven't got a thing that's fun. Everybody's telling about the kids.
Ooh, ah, ooh, ah.
Lock 'em up with extra-estrogen.
Ooh, ah, ooh, ah.
Mathematics super success.
Or impose more unjust duress. Agency outpaces discretion, locking in our courses. Way too young. The urgency conferred is really just depression, making sure those underneath them always run. Without consent, it's really just depression. By parasites surviving on their wages earned by lying, while they feed their fear of dying. Yes, let's feed up on the futures of the young. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
My voice is super shot, but that
mine
was
is
good.
too.
You know, you sounded pretty good. Mine's jacked. I was singing my ass off, you know. Let's try
And
another.
then let's just do 2 more songs, and that's it.
Okay.
We'll save your voice.
Well, let's do maybe Amelia, and then let's do maybe Gregory.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you know,
I feel
people
like
like that.
million is high for me.
Millions too high for you. Okay. Let's go to. Well, then let's do. You want to do a Gobby Weatherman? What do you do in the? You want to do the main part of the chorus, or you want to do the background part? Yeah. Right. It's easy.
Hostility.
Okay, hold on. When they call hostility is coming. Hostility. Actually, hold on. How's it go? Hostility is kept to pay by what you think is in the way. What you think is in the way.
Whichever you think.
All right. Why don't you try the background part, the response?
Okay.
All right, here we go with this song. You're living on a time frame I will never know. Alienation and humanity's soul. Imagine you a future after the collapse, returning to the urgency of isolated past. Picturing community free of metaphysics while you're hunting buffalo, picking red delicious and the knowledge of the seasons, wisdoms of old. Fires blazing in the night to keep away the cold. Hostility is kept at bay.
Hostility is kept at bay.
By what you think is in the way.
By what you think is in the way.
Of life as children of the land. With pedagogy weatherman. Imagining a history that never could have been. You lecture at the college, advancement is a sin. Lamenting disconnection in every corporate act. Asserting all your feelings and ignoring all the facts. Hostility is kept at bay.
Hostility is kept at bay.
By what you think is in the way.
By what you think is in the way.
Of life as children of the land. With pedagogy weatherman. You find modernity just so banal.
Wow, wow.
Wish you had been born any time but now.
Wow,
And
wow.
your experience won't run afoul of exception you might allow. You visualize nobility sipping on some port, or tribes of peaceful savages in beautiful comport. What view of history's people ever thusly did comfort? 'Cause life was solitary, nasty, brutish, poor, and short. Hostility is kept at bay.
Hostility is kept at bay.
By what you think is in the
By
way.
what you think is in the way.
Of life as children of the land. With pedagogy weatherman. With pedagogy weatherman. Cool. Alright, last is Gregory. Last song is called Gregory in Disguise. And we're hopeful that if you've not heard it before, you'll enjoy it. If you have heard it before, you'll tolerate us playing it again. He's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's
Gregory in disguise. He slides. Confront the man. Always telling them. But every time he tries, there is running high. But then he is tonight.
The chance to yell at them because he's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that
He's Gregory in disguise. He slides. Wants to confront the man. Always telling them. But every time he tries, they only run and hide. But then he is tonight.
the chance to yell at them until the bridge brings up you approach. Sneakily, he'll try to encroach up on the guilty. Then perhaps he'll get the chance to yell at them. He's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise. Some of them I speed up, some of them I slow down. I tend to adjust somewhat on what I did last time, somewhat on like whether if I did it one way last time I felt good, I'll go that speed again. It's more complicated than that, Boba Fett. Some things I do slow down. It depends on a lot of circumstances that you're not adequately factoring in to understand what's happening. So
Thanks, Luminix.
it doesn't mean I always make the right choice, but your simplistic reduction of me always speeding things up when I'm live is incorrect.
Thanks, Natasha Godfrey Ashford.
No, it's not easier or harder, Boba Fett. You're not even understanding what I'm calculating when I'm thinking about tempo at all. You think you are, but you're not.
I can't think of any songs with people's names in them. Well, there's what? I think there's a song called Allison.
Yeah, I don't have a song called Rachel.
No, and he doesn't change the names of the songs to my name.
Anyway, I'm glad we got to do that since Rachel wanted to do that. And it's good for us to practice. I want to take advantage of her time. Rachel wants to practice too, because, you know, for things we have down, when we get it down really tight and stuff, then it's going to really start to pop. I wonder what's going on today as far as is there anything like worth watching on TV or anything? I don't really think so.
There's a big spider in the house.
Oh, I forgot about the dead mouse too.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta get the dead mouse. I gotta get that right now. Huh?
Not that way.
What is a big ass spider?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, what do you step on over? Too great shit. Not kidding. Everything is normal. Okay, I'm gonna throw this mouse down the hill.
Eric killed a spider and took care of the mouse. Big things are happening today, guys. He's Gregory, in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive. First he says, he doesn't want you guys to realize. Yeah, they leave mice for us.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. I don't know what kind of spider. It was a big spider.
That was gigantic.
I thought it was a beetle at first.
I mean, it's the biggest spider I've seen since we've been here.
Mm-hmm.
Or like in regular life, maybe. I don't
Yeah.
know. It was quite large.
It was a large spider. Thanks, Rubinar.
There goes the digger up the road again. Scooper. Got a little tractor with a scooper on it. And I'm just going to show it up here. Go over here. See? There he is. On his digging machine. Driving up the road. So, that's what's making that sound. If you're curious about what was making that sound, it was that digging machine.
It's going down the path.
Yep. I'm not sure what the rest of the day holds. My big plan for the day was to get up, finish the Adderall, which I did, and do that typing session. Maybe stream a bit, but I guess I didn't think any further ahead of that. Probably try to make an early night of it, get a lot of sleep, you know. Try to sleep through the kind of fussy stage of at the beginning of Sleepy Week as much as I can. Everybody should anticipate we'll be streaming a little bit less the next few days.
Even I have to anticipate that. Do you feel like doing anything after live streaming?
What do you got in mind? You have something in mind?
I was thinking Sportsman's Cafe.
Oh, you want to go out to eat? That sounds good. I also wouldn't mind finishing that episode of Naked and Afraid.
Oh, we got to, yeah.
Yeah, we got to finish that. And, you know, we could very easily, I think, watch the rest of that with captions on while we're streaming, pause it periodically, show it on the camera, comment about it, etc.
Should we restart the episode?
I'm wondering if we should.
Yeah.
Okay? It's good that we've already watched it, part of it, because we can sort of provide commentary on what we already know at the beginning part of it. I think that might be fun.
Yeah, me too.
Provide some commentary on the
Naked and
Afraid. In fact, maybe we'll retitle the stream Naked and Afraid Season Meow Episode Meow. Reaction or something. The reason I like that episode, and I think it's a good one to do, is both of the people in the show are like armchair critic experts about Naked and Afraid, and one of them has a podcast, probably on YouTube, I would imagine, about Naked and Afraid, specifically about Naked and Afraid Last One Standing, I think. Anyway, she is also like armchair critic in the sense that I've seen every episode of Naked and Afraid, and I know what they do wrong. I know what they should do. I know what they shouldn't do. But I'm going to do it. And the guy's like, I've seen every episode. I'm not going to make the same mistake that Meow made at Meow Time. Yeah, they're kind of like archival experts about Naked and Afraid. So it'll be a kind of a fun episode for us to play armchair critics on.
Yeah. They had questions, but they had answers.
I'm not sure what that's all about, but you could hear it. Because the thing is, voices do carry here in the mountains.
Yeah, they do.
And I always have to remember that when I'm talking, my voice carries too. It's not like everybody we hear is necessarily yelling.
No, but somebody was like, what's all this about? And then the guy seemed to explain what he was doing, and they were like, okay, I understand. And he was like, okay, thank you. Bye.
I wonder if, someone's like, why is there somebody up on the road?
Yeah, they definitely were.
Yeah, maybe. Read the chat. I will read the chat when I get
Oh
back
my
inside,
God,
for
Booty
fuck's sake,
Cat.
Buddy Cat. Just chill out. You don't always get exactly what you want here, okay? You get the assortment of things that you get, which is some reading the chat, some walking around outside. This is an unusual treat. You're getting extra Rachel today.
It's true.
Yeah. All right, well, let's go inside. I'm going to have to probably poop, I think, a little bit before we start the naked and afraid of. So I feel like maybe I have some poop in me. Put these butts in this wine bottle here. There we go. Now we'll go inside. And now go in here. Yeah, this is some homemade merch. I used to have a merchandise of t-shirts that I got screen printed. The OG ones are yellow with green on them, and then later there were green ones with yellow on them. That's horrible, Rubenar. How frustrating that must have been. I'm 6'5", 2,100 square feet. Rachel's 5'2". You mentioned once that you're cleaner in expressing your any thoughts because you experienced in debate, but that's usually for students. So how do you get that experience as an adult at college now? Well, when I was coaching debate, I had to often, like almost one of the more important things that I did was demo how a given speech should be executed all the time. So like I'd watch them do a scrimmage round, let's say, and I'd hear the let's say the second neg speech in a Lincoln Douglas round, and I wouldn't like how the kid did it, and so I'd demo how the speech was done, and I'd have to do it all the time with the timer, I had to practice. I didn't have to practice it. I just had to demonstrate frequently. Like, no, you did not do a good job of covering the flow here because you spent too much time on this, and you didn't address this the way I told you to. Listen to this. I'm going to demo speech exactly how I want it done, as close as I can. You do it more like that. And then, sometimes I'd nail it more than others, right? But I always had something specific in mind that I wanted to demonstrate that was different than how the kid did it, right? Like, no, spend this much time on me, depending on how advanced they are, I may have to demo it, or I could just give them the instructions, right? Regardless, debate makes you consider in all situations as a coach, when you're constructing cases, when you're writing cards and stuff, you always have to take a serious consideration of time. Like I used to write down on every single card exactly how long it took to read. And you want cards that are as concise as possible because you're trying to execute a bunch of moves on the flow with these, cards that are tagged, selectively quoted, etc. Um, you get very good at selecting from, say, a block of text written by an author exactly and only the words that express the claim, the warrant, and the impact that you're trying to express. In other words, the relevant stuff, I gotta poop. So, yeah, coaching debate is actually a more effective way of understanding the power and importance of concision and referencing everything regarding, time, use of time, and also, of course, relevance. There's plenty of extra words that are unnecessary in almost every expression of everything. When you cut cards, you get to selectively edit it, right? There's Rachel. You get to only highlight the stuff that is both relevant and useful. Buddy cat, will you just shut the hell up already? Yeah, I used to have shirts that I had screen printed by a guy I knew who did screen printing, and unfortunately I don't have any more, but maybe I'll get more screen printed someday.
Yeah, why not?
Are we going to poop together? A family that poops together stays together. Well, Rachel is in here with me, and I am pooping, and doesn't seem to bother her. She has her vape. If things get smelly, she'll probably hit that.
Yeah. I can't smell anything so far, so.
Well, you are kind of sick.
Ridiculous.
Not that much, Putty Cat. No. As a man who's pooped many poops in my life, I can tell you that on the stink scale, this is from 0 to 5, not from 6 to 10. Okay, somewhere in the lower half of stink
0
scale.
to 5. I like that. I have FOMO, so if I feel like I'm not with Eric, and I'm like missing out on something. Sometimes we're carrying on a conversation and like he'll be going to the bathroom. So it's a way for us to continue the conversation.
Yeah. No sand dash seen I cannot show you the texture of the poop. Zozo says Ruben R question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark. It does depend what you've been eating as to how smelly your poop is, but in terms of just focusing on the poop aspect of it, I think the softer the poop, the smellier is a good rule.
Would you like me to make you a tea?
No, I did a pretty good job of pooping.
Okay, good. Okay.
I pooped out a good amount of poops, and I also had a very good amount of poops yesterday, so I'm feeling like I'm comparatively on top of my poops compared to normal.
Thank you for getting the second roll of toilet paper.
No unicorn ninja, of course not. That's disgusting. This is just the casual intimacy of marriage.
Call me codependent.
It is true that I don't go into the bathroom with Rachel when
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
And
I don't mind either. I mean, we're out of company, but I'm also on my phone a lot of times when I go to the bathroom.
I would say I might have been in my book, but I didn't notice it. I would go to the kitchen to wash my hands. I prefer to wash my hands in the kitchen. What flavor is your puffer? Oh, it's weed flavored.
Yeah.
It's not flavored, it just naturally tastes like weed. According to the guy at the store, that's one of the ones that's unadulterated instead of the shitty curse. Washing my face in the world today. Take everything I got. All right. So I think we're going to do it. We're going to transform this live stream into something different than it's been. We're going to transform it into a naked and afraid watch party. Okay. And you're not going to be able to see exactly what we're watching. But, I will show some of it periodically. Okay, when I'm trying to illustrate a point, maybe I'll turn the camera that way, show a picture. I think it qualifies as fair use, you know. Do I play putt-putt? No, I don't play putt-putt. It is a vape. Jalen Scott, it's just a weed vape rather than a tobacco vape. Okay, so changing the title of this stream.
Rubenar, did you hear that I have been using Chat GPT to find out my seasonal color palette? It's been fun.
Makes sense to.
Alright, we gotta
No,
pause
put it back to the
bring
beginning.
back.
I'm put it on CC. 17 episode 7. Okay, so we're gonna retitle this. We're gonna retitle this.
What about the nudity? Do we have to recensor this?
No. We're gonna be mostly showing us anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. But if we put naked and afraid in quotes, it'll be fun. Naked and afraid. Season 17, episode 7. Reaction and analysis. Okay. We're going to save. Now, I want to stress, I do understand that this is not necessarily what people are looking for in a target people live stream, but they get what we feel like doing. And right now, I feel like doing this. So, yeah, I'm not going to show a lot of the show on the camera. We're just going to sort of discuss it, and I'll periodically turn around to point out like this is what I'm talking about or whatever. So, anyway, in this episode of Naked and Afraid, called "Put Up or Shut Up," they're in the Colombian jungle. And you've got, I will show you the people, right? Like, this is the lady. Her name's Malou. She's from Pittsburgh, Texas. And what you can see here is she has a podcast all about Naked and Afraid. See? That's what she looks like. Malou, 46, from Pittsburgh, Texas. Let's see how Malou and her partner, who's going to be coming up soon, so she calls herself an armchair survivalist, and we're going to wait till we see her partner. I'm going to show you guys that, and then we'll start to analyze what they're doing as they proceed from the insertion hike on. Put this down now. All right, now we've got Kyle. Kyle is 38. He's from Massachusetts. He talks like he's from Massachusetts. And I'm going to show you what he looks like in a second here. This is Kyle. He's an armchair critic. He says, I think I can do more than half of these people on the show for sure because I've studied the show so much and I'm from Massachusetts. So we've got Kyle and we've got, what was her name again? Manu or something?
Malou.
Malou. Okay, we've got Kyle and we've got Malou. Pretty soon they're going to be out in the Colombian jungle and we're going to be able to critique what they're doing here. Because after all, these two are armchair critics, just like me and Rachel. I've always got lots of armchair criticism for whoever's doing whatever on Naked and Afraid.
Yeah, especially when there's, oh wait, never mind. But when there's duct tape, Eric and I are always on the same page. Like, use it as shoes right away.
So I'm skipping past the kind of introduction part here.
Yeah, they're showing, what kind of animal predators are in the area.
Right. Now they're pulling up here in their trucks, and we've got our two competitors on Naked and Afraid. Malou and Kyle. And they're undressing. I've noticed that.
It's time for them to meet their partner.
Yeah, I've noticed that when Kyle, throughout this episode, Kyle's very like naked shy. He's always trying to cover his junk with a bag.
Some girls make bras and stuff.
Yeah, some people are more naked shy than others.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're meeting, and even though she just said she stinks, she immediately goes up for a naked hug. And of course, it's awkward for them to meet for the first time in the nude with a camera crew in the wild.
She is like surprised that he doesn't know of her podcast, but she's like, "We'll talk about that later."
What? You haven't heard my podcast about Naked and Afraid? No, they have not. All right, so we're going to make this a little bit smaller.
Right now, they've got their bags.
They've got their bags,
and
yeah.
they're going to reveal what they brought with them.
So, what personal items did they bring? Well, Malou brought something that I think is a very good decision.
I agree. Duct tape.
She brought duct tape, but as I've said, if I brought duct tape on the show, the very first thing I would do with duct tape before I move anywhere else, I would make myself shoes.
Exactly.
I think that's the most important thing to do is get shoes going.
It could take, it can really like ruin your insertion hike if your feet are burning and have blisters and stuff. And when you're walking around in nature like that, you're going to be coming upon like sharp objects.
Right. So this is season 17, episode 7, and it's not clear Unicorn Ninja whether he encountered any chubbiness while hugging, but I don't think so because I think they are obviously feeling like, oh my God, I'm naked in the wilderness.
Mm-hmm.
There's a camera crew here. I'm doing this thing. What the hell? Now you want to hug me? I don't have time to be aroused, I would assume. Naked and afraid to get boners is possibly a reality. I'm not sure. The thing is, of course, after these two naked people have been outside of the truck, began their insertion hike, after they've been outside for like 4 hours, they're absolutely filthy.
Yeah, every time.
Yeah. So it doesn't take them long to get just disgustingly filthy. So any notion of like this is being a sexy situation or something, it might maybe for the first hour, but sure. After that, everybody's so disgusting.
Mm-hmm. And you feel disgusting yourself, like.
So the narrator's saying that Malu has an encyclopedic knowledge of Naked and Afraid, but she may be a little too direct for her partner. We'll see. And of course, it's hot. They're walking on rocks and stuff. They've been walking for a while now. But
they're making shoes?
But they're only now. I don't think that was a necessary timeout for social media. I get it, he's annoying, but that doesn't comprise a problem, really. Anyway, so they've been walking for a while, but they finally just stopped when they hit some pointy rocks to make their shoes out of duct tape. And I will show you that here she's got a very large roll of duct tape, which is smart. And I think it's also interesting the way she makes the shoes. She instead of yeah, she makes little laces and stuff. You can see the roll of duct tape here is quite large. Got a massive roll of duct tape. And I do think it's a good choice of something to bring. It's exactly what I would bring if I were on Naked and Afraid. I'd bring duct tape. So anyway, they're making shoes here. You saw a knee. Yeah, that'll happen. Uh, they're making shoes with duct tape, and this is gonna allow them to successfully complete their insertion hike without tearing up their feet. I've seen plenty of contestants get taken out of the challenge because they tore up their feet. Have you ever got your butt cheeks clapping in a hurricane and flew away? No, not that I recall. So these aren't like full foot shoes, but they do protect the parts of their feet that would get torn up by the rocks so much, you know. So as they're making their way towards what they believe to be a water and food source up this river, they're keeping their eye out for resources, which is a good idea. But the thing is, I'm not sure they're really being smart about, for example, if I were they, I would be looking for dry tinder to gather right now, just in case it rains. Parker Anthony, hello, how are you? Won't you tell me your name? Good day to you, and I hope your day is going well. We are currently watching Naked and Afraid, season 17, episode 7. Our contestants, Kyle and Malou, have decided upon a spot where they plan to make some kind of a shelter. They are in the Colombian jungle, which is never a particularly hospitable place, but they found a clearing with some coconut trees now. They found quite a few coconuts on the ground, and they're thinking, hey, I know, this is going to be a good spot to set up our camp. However, I think they're going to, having watched this part before, we started this over, so we could start over. So first, let me just say, Malou's smart here. They're close to the water, and she's aware of the fact that you shouldn't get too close to the water because you're going to get too many mosquitoes. So they try to move back some. But what you're going to see here is they start trying to gather materials, right? Like, okay, we're going to build our shelter. We're going to chop down some yaz. We're going to make a frame, etc. Okay? So they managed to get a fire bundle going, and they're going to light it on fire. But instead of using the magnesium, this lady who brought duct tape says, no, just spark the duct tape. It'll start a fire. And sure enough, it does, because duct tape is a great choice of something to bring. It has many uses. It's probably the best possible thing to bring.
Mm-hmm.
So now they've got a fire going. They've got some water on the fire. They're trying to boil their water, which of course you need to do before you drink it because it's gross jungle water. They're reaching easy agreement. And about what kind of shelter to build. They say, okay, let's build this kind of shelter. She said, okay, I'll clear this area over here. She's pushing leaves along the ground. And then he's starting to chop down some poles to use to make a bed and structure and stuff. Except they're going to start encountering a problem here very soon. Yes, that's right. Living in these trees are many, many fire ants. And the fire ants are falling all over Kyle. And he's like, I can't chop these trees anymore. I have too many ants on me. And she's like, let me try to smash those ants. Goss
then
says,
she
hopefully I can.
cheated.
Yeah, and then she's like getting ants all over her.
Hmm.
And they're like, okay, we have got to pick a different place. We cannot stay here any longer because we're just getting eaten up by ants. It's known as the slender twig ant, actually. And they live up in the trees and they attack anybody who they see is threatening to their nest. So,
They're itching, they're scratching furiously.
yeah, they have thousands of ants where they are right now. They have been forced to give up that spot. They're just like, we cannot stay here anymore because there are too many ants. So, unfortunately, it's late in the day. They've only got a little bit of time left before dark. They need to restart their whole shelter project. They can't be near all these ants. And, but, you know what? They don't panic. They adapt pretty well. They say, all right, we're going to we'll pick a new place, you know.
So they choose this like hollow of a tree.
Mm-hmm. Instead of trying to build something that's just on the ground or in a clearing, they find this big ass tree. I'll show it to you. It's got these big, like, flying buttress things coming off of it, you know. They use that structure that's already there in the tree as a foundation for their shelter. I agree, Pretty Cat. You did not deserve to be timed up for that. So they moved their fire over there to that tree. They've got some kind of a shelter going on, but they also are being absolutely eaten alive by bugs. Tori 777 says, "Eat shit." No, thank you, Tori 777.
Someone delete that.
Sure. Do you have any alternate suggestions now that we've rejected your suggestion we eat shit? Just everybody zip it. I'm not here to play. I'm to play Stop the Children from Stop Fighting.
It's olives and feta cheese.
Yep, olives and feta cheese are being eaten. They're delicious. I was grateful.
Hi, Megan. I'm good. Thanks for asking. How are you?
So it's the second day, and they are covered in bug bites. They're complaining about having their genitals bug bitten, and they recognize that, oh, hey, this is a little bit more difficult in real life than it is for my couch. Megan says, I'm in hospital. What are you doing in hospital? Are you getting a cast for your broken arm?
He sees a frog. Kyle sees a frog.
Mm-hmm. I'm a crab,
A crab.
but you can't get it.
Oh,
Did you really do it with the bag?
yeah, I do. You're right. He's a little penis shy. They have coconuts.
They do have coconut seeds, so they're off to a pretty good start, right? Like, yes, their initial shelter didn't work out in terms of its location, but they adapted pretty well. They found this tree that It's not great for running shelter, but at least has some natural structure to it, and there aren't ants there. They did get a fire, and they do have water. Now they have coconuts, and you know they're concerned about the bug problem. Obviously, it's not easy to be outside when there's a bunch of bugs. Rachel, do you like this show?
I do. We both watch it, like, and enjoy it and comment on it.
Yeah. So here in the second night, they're already getting looks like rained on, and it doesn't appear as though they did a whole lot with their shelter on the second day.
No, they didn't. They put an A-frame up to cover them with leaves, and it looks like they have like leaves as a blanket, as a like bedding.
Mm-hmm. So now it's day 3, and they're trying to make a basically a shelter for the fire. They want to make sure that if it rains, the fire's not going to go out. I believe this may be where we stopped watching yesterday. Is what happens here is he's doing a perfectly reasonable thing, and she's like, "Why are you making it so far away from the fire?" And he reasonably points out, "Because you can move the fire over easily enough. You don't. We don't need to make it right here next to where the fire is currently. We can move the fire under this fire shelter if it starts to rain."
And she's like, "Well, I think the fire should be underneath the A-frame."
Wayne says, "Bones almost dead. I'm heading back to surgery. Just wanted to wish a farewell for now. They're moving me. I hope I see you tomorrow. I hope we see you tomorrow as well. I wish you well in your surgery."
Yes, good luck on your surgery.
Does Rachel have siblings? Yes, she has 2 siblings.
A younger sister and a younger brother.
Why are the foil wrap Reese's way better? I don't know. What's the other alternative besides foil wrap?
Yeah.
I think she's probably getting surgery performed on her, not performing surgery. So this lady, she's complaining that the fire shelter isn't over the fire right now. But there's no reason for them to build it over the fire because the point is, if it rains, they can just push the fire over underneath the shelter. Now, granted, at that point, maybe you might say, well, the fire's going to be too far away from where they're sleeping or something. But the point of this fire shelter isn't exactly to, it's to keep the fire going when it rains. It's not necessarily to keep the fire close to their shelter.
She's really pissed. And she doesn't think it makes sense.
But she doesn't understand what even her objection is.
No.
Why are you building it behind the fire instead of over the fire? It's already answered this. Because we can move the fire.
I do like green olives. I used to eat like the olives that they have with the pimento in it. I like green olives and I like black olives. I like Kalamata olives. No, I don't think he's an ENFJ anymore. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's really hard. I do doubt it.
It's a good question, Unicorn Ninja. Is there enough duct tape to go over the mouth? She's just standing there critiquing all this work that he's doing
like
because it's not exactly where she thinks it should be. Mm-hmm. But she's not doing anything herself.
Exactly. She could try it herself or be whatever. She's just criticizing.
So it is raining again. What's wrong? The fire's getting wet. So it's raining. The partner has moved the fire next to the firewall.
Like he said.
It was pretty far away from our shelter. But the thing is, she didn't indicate that that's why she didn't want it over there. Because she wanted the fire shelter near the shelter shelter. All right, it is 4:20. All right, I'll smoke some balls. So even if she was correct that it should have been placed someplace else, she didn't explain why adequately. She tried to say that, like because it was too far away from the fire, but not pointing out that they wanted the okay, I'm doing it. They wanted the fire near their shelter. Now she's complaining because their shelter's leaking on her forehead. You are just a bitcher, complainer, complainy bitch.
My brother's birthday is November 13th, 1990. He's a horse. And Scorpio with the 13 as his number. 1990. He's a horse.
You have an opinion on things you can't do yourself, he says. What can you do? What can you do? You build yourself a shelter tomorrow that's 100% leak proof, and I'll shut my fucking mouth.
And I think show media he's a 7 life path, yeah. No, I didn't play a April Fool's joke on Eric.
We're not the kind of people who are particularly fond of pranking kind of stuff. You know?
He is. He talks to himself a lot, my brother.
We did it. We did it, you guys. We won the prize for awards.
We won the prize for awards?
Mm-hmm.
That's such a good prize.
Yeah.
Oh, here she goes again.
Complaining opinion pants is what they should call her. The prize was the award.
Oh, look at the crowd.
All right, so now she's trying to rebuild the roof. She says, so apparently I'm a drama queen because I was cold. Because it was rainy last night. I got soaked, everything got wet.
At least she's doing something about it.
Yeah. This was not fun and games. This was suffering, she says. Anyway, she's attempting to restructure things. Miley says, we have a lot of things to talk about. I was like, yeah, I was kind of an ass. He wasn't an ass. She's being a completely unreasonable person.
And he's apologizing.
Yes, I've been to downtown San Francisco, but not for quite a long time. So, the narrator guy on Naked and Afraid says that when your skin gets wet, your hypothermia can happen in less than 10 minutes. And Kyle says, hypothermia is not going to happen. And she's like, you got real last night with all the rain and the emotions, but we apologize to each other. And when it comes down to it, we'll get over it because that's what a smart survivalist does. And I, Malu, am a smart survivalist. Okay, well, she may have been right. The shelter was too far away from the fire. But the point is, that's not her explanation for, and that she provided for why he shouldn't put it there. What's my most stressful experience in life? I mean,
yeah, we didn't get along. He had a room across the way from my room, and he would like rat on me a lot. He would tell my parents if he smelled like marijuana smoke. He like never talked to me at all. Like didn't even want to acknowledge that I was like there. I would do things like the laundry and stuff, and he like I don't know. He didn't do like I don't know. We didn't spend like much time together talking. I do like popcorn, putty cat. He's very to himself too. He didn't like talk much. He used to talk a lot when he was a kid, but
So they're redoing their structure here, and she seems to be, I guess, getting her way about it.
yeah, she is, and she's very happy.
And it does look a lot better than the previous show.
It does. It does.
We're actually like, I hope it rains again tonight, so my wonderful new shelter will work.
Let's see.
And it did, in fact, rain.
That's like not
Quite a bit.
enough.
And that shelter is not robust enough to deal with heavy rains like that. It's crazy. It's hard to say exactly what the most stressful time of my life was. Even thinking about the question only causes me to return to multiple horrible moments, but probably catching my first wife cheating on me was maybe the most stressful of all.
That's terrible.
What was the favorite hollow web custom you can remember? I can't think of anything that qualifies as such. Oh, Halloween web custom. I don't know. Like, Halloween custom. Oh, I see. What's your favorite Halloween custom you can remember? I mean, obviously,
oh my
you know.
God. What are they doing?
Okay, so what is happening here? I don't know about the Halloween thing, but the wind knocked over our firewall, and their shelter is falling apart completely. Her fancy bourgeois new shelter, and the fire is going out. They're trying to keep it alive. They're dragging.
Oh man.
Logs in. Their duct tape is wet, and she's already talking about tapping here.
Oh my God.
Now it's commercial. Rachel and Dude, can you play rock, paper, scissors? And we say who we think will win. We could do that.
Yeah, we could do that. It's easy enough.
We could do that once, ready?
Okay. How do you do it? Rock, paper, scissors.
Rosham, yeah, right.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors.
You win.
I got scissors. She got paper. Unicorn Ninja asks, Rachel, are you concerned Eric will cheat on you since the old saying goes, once a cheater, always a cheater?
So, no, because actually I have been a cheater myself. I'm not proud of it. I caught someone cheating on me, and my retaliation was to cheat back. That's not right. It wasn't good at all, but I learned a lot from it. It was fucking terrible.
Show media. You do not need to time him out for that question. It's a fair question.
Okay.
Not a question maybe I love the way it makes me look or whatever, but it's a totally fair question. Maybe it was.
No, it definitely was cheating.
Maybe it was 34 years ago that I cheated, but I still did cheat one time.
Okay, we'll do rock, paper, scissors again after Eric takes a bong rip.
Troll Trucker says, Naked and Afraid, isn't that the game that Cosby always played with his co-stars?
Oh!
Right, so Rachel and I have each cheated once, but the thing is, you know, I believe twice a cheater, always a cheater. You know? I don't believe once a cheater, always a cheater, because I understand how I was super young and needed to learn a lesson, you know?
Yeah.
I was young, dumb, and full of cum.
It was like, and I was in my early 20s wanting to, like, enjoy dating. I was, like, with him because I thought I don't know. Like, he was a family friend, so I thought I was doing right by my family because they wanted me to give him a second chance, but I didn't really want to. It's whatever, yo. I learned my fucking lesson.
Right, we both made mistakes. We learned lessons. I agree, Unicorn Ninja, that you meant no malice. You should not have been timed out for it.
When I cook, I do cook good. I just don't like it because I'm very critical of myself. And when it comes to cooking my own spaghetti sauce, my grandma apples made the best spaghetti sauce, and I don't know where that recipe went to. Unfortunately, my mom had her hands on it before anyone else could get to it when my grandma passed, and she like kept and divvied up different recipes for me and my sister, and the spaghetti sauce recipe got lost, and that was like so disappointing to me. Um, so I haven't. No, no, I didn't feel like you were judging me, Katie.
And
You were
you're
just
absolutely right.
stating.
And we're not saying two wrongs make a right. We're not saying that doesn't comprise cheating. Yada yada yada. Um, but it's the reality that the expression "once a cheater, always a cheater" is not true. But probably twice a cheater, always a cheater is.
I ridiculously used to think that Eric was gonna cheat on me with a celebrity because he connects with a lot of like different celebrities and astrologically. So I was like, and then I also had this like thing in my head that I'm not an ISFJ. I don't like enjoy cooking or like projects or um. I feel like their FE is more like delicate than mine, and I felt like, oh, that's his duel. He'll be best with a ISFJ. I'm not an ISFJ. Like, I want him to have the best, but like, I was just thinking that way because I came out of like traumatic relationships and thinking really poorly of myself. Um,
Buddy cat, we're not going to answer that question. T Corn, you should be T Com should be aware that I'm fluidly transracial. I change races all the time. So
oh man, it looks like they're having it rough right now.
they are having it a bit rough. They're still trying to get their structure sound, and they seem to be rebuilding it, getting it in pretty decent shape. Um, did we get married in a church? No, we got married here at our house with a ceremony right here at home. In part because uh, around here, there's some distance from town to our house, and it's a lot easier on everybody to have everything in one location. Have I ever seen the Welsh lady making the hot dog with spaghetti noodles through it? No. We've been married for 7 months.
My mom has a lasagna recipe for me. I made it once at home. It was good. I have to get that from her.
So it's day 9 now, and their shelter's looking pretty pimpin'. Let me pause it so I can show you what we're looking at here. Okay. And then what you're going to see right in a second, right there.
Yeah, it looks much better.
It's looking pretty well put together.
Yeah.
Right? They've got this little wooden corral part where the fire, I guess, goes. They've got pretty good roofing on it. It's looking like sheltery, fairly real shelter.
Yeah.
They said they slept well last night. Kyle's looking happy.
Yeah.
And it's amazing what a few hours of yeah looks like. A few hours sleep. They've got plenty of coconuts. They haven't really had any protein. They want to get some crabs, which is understandable. So they're gonna try to catch some crabs.
Let's see how this goes.
He reminds her, remember, we have no mercy. Yeah, it's a pretty nice little hut they got there.
Mm-hmm.
We have no mercy when it comes to food. They're going to kill, kill, kill till their daddy takes the T-bird away. Well, I don't think they've eaten any bugs yet.
They don't really have to eat any bugs yet.
They do have coconuts,
Yeah. So, but they do want protein. I mean, I would want those crabs if I knew they were there too. Kyle has a poker stick. He sees a crab.
He's trying to spear it with his stick. A lady, on the other hand, she's got, I don't know what she's
Is that
doing.
bamboo?
Oh, yeah, she's got a bamboo stick. She's hitting
it
the
with the
crab.
stick.
And she got it, she says. She's going to try to pick it up. And she did.
Wow!
She did, in fact, kill the crab with a stick.
Congratulations.
She learned from Naked and Afraid on her couch to bring a stick. And that's very smart. You know, thing is, I don't think that stick is a good killing stick. I always critique this, like, you know, get a serious, heavy stick that'll kill something you hit it with. They get this, like, flimsy stick, like, and then the thing just, like, gets, okay, you slapped me with the...
Honestly, like, I feel like that would be someone with SE4, possibly, like, hitting it with a bad stick.
Flimsy stick disorder?
Yeah.
Well, this guy speared one too.
He got a crab too, and he's pulling it from. Wow! Oh, he stabbed it.
And he got it poked on the prongs of his stabber.
Cool.
So Molly.
So far, they're doing good.
Yeah, they got 2 crabs. They each got 1 crab. Molly beat hers to death with a stick. He stabbed his with a poking spear.
Mm-hmm.
So they're looking pretty happy.
Chad.
They're looking pretty smug, you know. She's also looking kind of filthy, but she still kind of has, like, fake eyelashes on, I think.
Yeah, she does. And she has contacts. Blue contacts.
Taps the... Hi, Russia. Welcome to America. Land of California.
I actually can't stand on my head.
And so she's having about those ridiculous eyelashes. What is she thinking? You going naked and afraid with these eyelashes? Look at this. I want to show everybody. Who goes on naked and afraid?
A lot of them do. You don't notice with the other ones.
Okay, this is perfect. Look at this great picture here. You're gonna like it. What in the world is up with those eyelashes? You know?
Oh my god.
It was,
She has contacts in her eyes. Like, I don't think they look that great. No offense.
like, look at the eyelashes on the left. They're all like Ross dreadlocked up, you know? They're like clumping together. If you're gonna have eyelashes like that, you need to be prepared to make yourself some kind of little eyelash separator or something.
There have been. I've been wanting to mention to you when people wear eyelashes to Naked and Afraid.
Those are super fake eyelashes.
Yeah.
As fake
They're
as
the
you can get.
most.
Depression says I'm racist. Okay. You say so, Depression. Yes, that's my wife.
Do I like it when Eric what?
Acts effeminate. You misspelled effeminate. This seems racist. I'm fluidly transracial. I can't be racist. I've been every race. You might say eyelashist. You could say I'm eyelashes.
You could definitely say he's eyelashes.
I think it's kind of crazy to wear fake eyelashes to a survival show when you're naked in the wilderness for weeks. What are you thinking?
Every time they wear it, I'm gonna tell you, okay? Because there have been others. She's just the most.
Oh, they don't really mean I'm racist. They're just it just seems they can be successfully provocative with those kind of totally
What's she doing with her
unwarranted
hair?
claims.
She keeps trying different things with her hair. So it looks like Kyle's trying to make a boat of some kind.
I mean, Elle, I think it's added because I don't think it's added, right? It's like the whole thing. It started as a single concept. We'll put 2 naked people in the wilderness and make them survive without any clothes on, blah, blah, blah. That's just conceptually a complete holistic idea. Obviously, the nakedness plays substantially probably in getting people initially interested in the show, but because it's got kind of this titillating aspect. Obviously, when they have an episode that's got like especially attractive female in it, they'll have like a kind of provocative shot of her going like this, like stepping over some rocks is like the thumbnail for her. So they take advantage of that. But I don't think the nakedness is added as a layer of difficulty or to attract people to the show. It's just it's it couldn't be naked and afraid without the naked, you know? You ever walk naked in the woods by my house? No. I don't. But, you know, I kind of thought about like after watching this show, like I would like to go out into the woods and just sort of, like walk in through the woods for, a couple hundred yards just to get experience what it's like, you know?
That's fun.
The tribes in South America are humans, and they are what, naked? Does Rachel walk naked in the woods by my house? By our house? Rachel?
No.
No. If she does, it's when I'm asleep or something.
And if I do, it's because I'm sleepwalking or something.
Else says all humans wear clothes everywhere. Why don't we have fur anymore? Other animals' fur is better.
Because.
Oh, what you're saying is, why are people not endowed naturally with fur? Because they're supposed to make clothes out of other animals' fur. That's their adaptive strategy or whatever.
I mean, you can go to a thrift store and find coats that have real fur on them and stuff. People donate that stuff now. I just think it's like unethical to use animal fur.
What about leather?
I'm not a huge fan of leather even though that's totally like, my shoes are totally made out of leather. Like, that's like.
Do you think it's more okay to use, say, leather if you take it off of a cow that you eat than to use fur from like a mink that you killed just for that purpose?
Yeah, I do. I know that's not right, but I do feel that way.
I don't think it's not right or whatever. It's a reasonable distinction to make. Not enough to keep warm. Our fur is to reduce friction. Do I believe in aliens? I mean, I do suspect that there might be life on other planets, but I don't believe that there have been intelligent aliens travel to this planet in spaceships. Julian Kopp, do I remember you? Can you please get a shout out? I'm not sure if I remember you or not, Julian Kopp, but I will say your name multiple times. And the question of whether or not there are, like, whether there's life on other planets, I mean, that's the same question that's a sort of fundamental cosmological question. If there is life on multiple other planets, then one would imagine that life is a phenomenon that the product of some process implicit to habitability, right? Whereas if life's just on one planet, it would seem much more likely to support some kind of idea like an external party, be they super aliens, God, or whatever, put all the life here and only here for whatever reason. So in other words, if there is life on other planets, that's generally more consistent with some kind of naturalist physical process, evolution kind of explanation. Whereas if there's not, it's more consistent with some kind of either simulation, creationist, alien put us here, that kind of answer, right? Although, in neither instance is there anything determinate on the matter.
Can I pet you?
Of course, darling. Do you want a cup of coffee too?
Sure.
Okay, just need to get a cup for you.
Thanks.
Do you want, let's see if there's a clean tall cup. Okay, well, there's not a clean tall cup.
I'll take one of the, yeah.
You can be E today.
Cool.
E is for the E in Rachel. It comes before the L. I should begin introducing myself as Tiffany does. Call myself Eric with an I. Yeah, Tiffany says, I was having with an I. But of course, it's the second letter in her name, it's not the last letter in her name. If people think that the last letter is nice, she's like, I said I tell you what, I was told.
She's not wrong.
Right. So you wanted to go to Sportsman's Cafe, huh? I forgot about that.
Yeah, I kind of did.
Now we're making coffee. We can still go.
I feel like having a salad, and their salads are really good.
Okay. Well, then.
But we don't have to go.
No, we can go. It's fine. Let's have a coffee. Let me have a house too. Yeah,
We
that's
still
right.
have to finish the
Oh, we still have to finish
episode.
that, right? It's not done yet. They look like they're well on their way to succeeding,
Yeah.
actually. I'm impressed. I had
I
kind
am
of
too.
low expectations.
Dude,
when
I
I
had low
started.
expectations also.
I'm not talking like a drunk. What would that even mean? Has Rachel ever ridden in a helicopter?
No.
Is Rachel good at blackjack?
I don't know. I've never played really.
Do I have a tennis racket? No. Occam's razor. Can you explain why there are flying saucers? Or why people claim to see them? Well, I mean, I think there are unidentified aerial phenomena. I just don't know what they are. I mean, they're not just unidentified, they're unexplained. People offer purely speculative explanations, but there's no reason to give those any weight because they're purely speculative. The reason I don't believe they're aliens is because I don't believe that anything can travel faster than the speed of light, and the economics of life exploring things at sublight speeds is such that it's not like, we imagine some communication happening between Zork and the home world in real time or whatever. But the reality would be, once those alien astronauts get away from their planet, they're never going home. They're never communicating back with. It'll be the gap would be thousands of years. They'd have to have multiple generations on the spaceship. It's conceivable, but then even then you'd have to hit this moment time frame wise. If you think about the scope of time frames in the universe versus the scope of time frames of, say, civilizations on a planet might have, The idea that you'd have to get very lucky in time to encounter the moment when that civilization meows and they send out this meow, and you happen to be looking for meow at that exact moment in your civilization. It's unlikely.
That's a good point.
But even then, it's like if a civilization did that, they'd be doing it just sort of as some kind of gesture. It wouldn't be possible to engage with the people they sent away to another planet via sublight travel, right? They wouldn't know what ended up happening. After a certain point, they'd be unable to get any kind of data back from the spaceship that's leaving their planet. And they just never find out what happened. The biological entities that would presumably be traveling in this sublight spaceship would have to deal with the fact that their bodies, whatever kind of bodies they have, are not adapted to lower zero gravity, are not adapted to living, giving birth, etc. in space. So let me pause this for a second. They made a raft, it's not floating.
Uh-oh.
They played, I'm going to make a raft. And then once again, I've seen so many people try to make rafts that don't float. You need to make a pretty floaty raft to hold up your weight on top of it and not sink it.
What does it take to make a boat that doesn't sink?
I think this bamboo thing here, I tell you, your number one problem is not really the design structure of it. Although, obviously I would turn it the other way. I'd turn it over.
Yeah, right, with the two...
The bottom things on the bottom, yeah. But regardless, I think the problem here is that bamboo's not floaty enough.
Oh.
And it's important for them to find the kind of wood that floats really well. It's very buoyant. I'm not going to answer this kind of question, Pussycat. Do you still have the Mexican doll girl? Oh, yeah, I sure do. You mean, I forget what her name is.
Oh, yes. I have a present.
I have a present. This is my present. You cannot have my present. Get out of here. Rachel's name is Rachel. This girl's name, I don't know what her name is.
I don't either.
Oh, sí. Este es mi present. What's the Sportsman's Cafe? It's a restaurant. I'm not really sure where you're going to end up going.
That's really fine.
Not totally feeling the driving anywhere.
I'm not either.
We do have those delicious pastries and stuff, What were your thoughts on aliens if they were much closer than you were referencing? Well, let's say there were a sentient alien life form in a solar system that's like, say, just 2 or 3 solar systems away from ours. In other words, let's pretend we can find a solar system that's just 10 light years away that has a sentient civilization that's at the same time as our current civilization. Um, you know, that we're receiving data that travels the speed of light, signals, whatever, electromagnetic radiation. We're receiving that kind of data from this planet just 10 years after it's been broadcast on the planet. If such a civilization existed and was technologically active in any way that we're familiar with, we should have already been able to pick up signals from that. So, you can't take my brand. Oh no.
Oh
Brand doesn't belong to me. Has Rachel ever had the measles? I don't think so.
No, I don't think they have.
She's been vaccinated for the measles, like most of us have, with the measles, mumps, rubella.
Mm-hmm.
Only 10 light years away, there's a baby version of the solar system. So if there were, intelligent life running a technological civilization in that solar system, then, we would be able for sure to pick up on anomalies that were suggestive of that, because it's close enough to And I postpone, I'm going to go for a health tip. Do I think the COVID vaccine was a failure? Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a vaccine. It didn't prevent people from getting the disease. It was a failed attempt at a vaccine. We should make a doll show. We have a channel that's just about that. You're welcome to check that out. I did appreciate people's enthusiasm for that when I was doing it yesterday, but oh, Mexico. Let me. There. I'm going to get this, download it, upload it, download. Once this is done downloading, then I will upload it to YouTube, publish it relatively soon, Just going on the old chatteroo here. Wonder if aliens have space weed? You think Obama was involved with the Chinese to create COVID? No. Obama wasn't even president when COVID happened. You ask all kinds of interesting questions, don't you, Putty Cat? Just like a question machine. Even closer, like Dark Side of the Moon. You think there are aliens on the dark side of the moon? Well, I mean, I think we should be able to pick up on them then, right? I don't have an opinion about Fauci. I don't worry about people. I worry about the right positions on various political matters, Okay, I'm going to continue this. We're going to see what the end of this show brings. The raft, it doesn't float. She's kind of like, oh my God, I cannot believe I'm dealing with this guy and his not floating raft. But she's realizing she can sit on it. As long as he doesn't sit on it, it floats adequately for her. So she's like, can I get a stick to poke our raft down the river? I'll put a link to it. It's called Mindy's Club with a K. As per Mia.
You learn a lot from Tiffany and her friends.
All right. There's Mindy's Club. Rando. There's at least an alien space station on the dark side of the moon, and no, we common people would have no idea. You think there's an alien space station on the dark side of the moon? What do you think it's there for? What do you think they're doing? No, it's just a link to the doll YouTube channel. It's a link to a YouTube channel, obviously. As per the link, https://www.youtube.com/channel would tend to indicate.
I take your questions, but we do have to finish this episode of
Naked and Afraid. Alright, let me back this up a bit. See what's going on. Okay, so now there's tense instrumental music. He's saying, I can't float on this. When Kyle gets on the raft, it does not float 100%. To tell you the truth, I am worried. And so he's like, you come sit on it, lady. And she's like, well, okay. I could float a little bit. I could paddle with my hands. I need a stick. Then I'll be able to poke my way down the river. As long as you steer and stuff, we're good, she says. Or no, he's saying. You can't forget about the snakes, though. You might get bitten by snakes. You might be eaten by caimans. Are you sure you want to swim alongside this raft with me? So, well, we're going to have to make this work. I'm going to have to swim alongside, hold on to it when I need. We're just going to have to, shit or get off the pot. Now they're discussing the possibility that monkeys might mess with their rafts. I think it's unlikely to happen. Monkeys aren't known to vandalize rafts necessarily. They're anxious to get out of there, they say. Why is Eric talking like a girl? Am I talking like a girl? I don't believe so.
No.
I've never had a colonoscopy, no. So Unicorn Ninja thinks they're either preparing for alien takeover or just studying us. I mean, what could they possibly need to study? We spend all of our time telling our own stories in a myriad different ways. They just need to gather our media. I think the U.S. should make it legal to have a pet monkey. I don't know. I'm not sure that's a federal issue regardless. It's probably a state issue. And I imagine that should be determined on a state-by-state basis. Do I think California should allow more pet monkeys or encourage more or somehow, dissuade pet monkey ownership less than they currently do? No, I'm fine with the current policies on pet monkeys, whatever they are. I'm assuming they're fine the way they are. And I think that any energy put forward into legislating about monkeys is time and energy wasted. So now, lady here has made herself a duct tape bra, and she's saying that she or he is like the Rock. So. They're on their extraction hike. Putty cat, I'm not answering that. You are unafraid to ask whatever questions you think you want to ask, huh? Do I buy Rachel flowers just because? I did on, no, not just because. I bought her flowers on Valentine's Way, I believe it was. There's a guy selling them.
And I dried them and I hung up them on my board.
I'll periodically buy something for Rachel if I think chill like this, or if it's convenient, it's like if the circumstances just say, yeah, I go for that, pull the trigger. Like somebody's selling flowers, I happen to know that I've got a $20 bill in my pocket, and it's super easy to pull over and just see inclination that's me. I should buy some of this for Rachel. I'll do that right now. She'd appreciate that. Then I will. Otherwise, I'm certainly not something I'm going to do regularly. Um, you know, gift giving isn't really one of my love languages.
What are your love languages?
Acts of service,
Acts of service,
quality time,
quality time,
um, words of affirmation,
words of affirmation,
physical touch.
Probably gift giving.
Probably last is gift giving.
Yeah.
I'm just not that big into objects and or spending money. So
what are mine?
What's that?
What are mine?
I think yours are quality time, physical touch. I'm not sure if words of affirmation. All three of those are up high, and then
like equal parts of.
It's hard to say which of those is first.
That's true. I do all three like a lot. Quality time, physical touch, and words of affirmation. Yeah, they're like all the same percentage.
Probably like acts of service is probably last.
Yeah.
So, the thing is, but that's the kind of language you want to speak, love language you want to speak, right? In terms of the love language we want to be spoken to in, that's a different thing. And I think neither of us has a particular clarity about that. Because that's more of an FI matter, right?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they're both equally FI, but, it seems to me that it's a lot clearer to me how I express my love language than how I want my love language to be, what love language I want to receive,
I hope you like the way that I love language you.
Yeah, sure, of course. I wasn't trying to make any comment about whatever. I was just saying, like, obviously I feel very happy with your and my engagement across the board, but I didn't think about the question. I was like, well, I can articulate what love language maybe Rachel speaks to me in. I can articulate the love language that I speak in, but I can't really articulate the love language I want to be spoken to in one way or the other. Does Rachel buy me Playboy magazines? No. Does Playboy magazine still even exist?
I don't think so.
Uh,
I mean, if it does, it's lost. Like if the Playboy Mansion is no longer.
Doesn't belong to Playboy anymore.
No.
What are we doing here? Downloads. Ciao. Piao. Pew. Alright. Now. So. This like 2-hour long Google Meet video started its upload at a minute.
Wow.
Being session. Iago. equals INFP or ISFJ. I'll add it to the playlist. Typing sessions. Done. I'll push next. Monetization on. The upload is now, by the way, complete. And I have to wait for processing. The thing is, it used to take an incredibly long time to upload any video of any size at all. Now, it couldn't be any faster. It's crazy. So today is April 3rd. We're gonna make this at 6:30 p.m. on April 3rd. Set as premiere. And we will schedule. Got it. And bam.
Oh.
Bam.
Wow, that is so different. I got so used to waiting.
Yeah, I know. Crazy, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So, Piao and Piao. Piao. Have you watched the movie Titanic? I have not watched the movie Titanic.
I have not watched the movie Titanic either.
Natasha says, turn around every now and then to get a little bit closer. Those are song lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
Here I am. It says duct tape would wear out eventually for shoes, then you would get stuck to stuff. Well, they typically fold it. You know, they're pretty careful about how they do that, so the sticky parts all folded in on itself, except for the part that sticks to the other parts, right? Hello, ssuartscire, who says hello to me and Rachel, respectively.
Oh, thank you.
Iron Lion, that's the face I make a Putty catalog as well. She is my wife. My heart will go on. Where to? I don't know. I don't know either. Hairline wants to know what the heck is happening. Unicorn Ninja says, thanks, Maud. Does Rachel like Saved by the Bell?
I liked it when I was growing up a lot.
That was your version
Yes!
of Full House.
Full House, it was. It really was. I don't think I could watch it now.
And it's incredibly terrible. Well, I mean, it is really a survival situation in that, you know, once the film crew leaves for the night, they're stuck there at night. They can say, I want to tap right now. Come rescue me from this situation. But it's not always the case that they can get there right away. Especially if there's weather. They're often situated not that far from where the people are. But it's also the case, could you, pants are pants, always falling down. Pants are pants, pants are pants. Why do you fall down to the ground? Pants are pants, pants are pants.
It's because of your high hips again.
Yeah, it's because of my horrible high hips.
Oh, they're not horrible. I love your hips. These pants, man. Your overalls just
It's
like...
gonna adjust here a little bit. Put all the way up where they're supposed to be. Around my high hips. Right there. So you see what the problem is? Feel that right there. I'm gonna wear these pants as high as they're supposed to be. This is how my pants are.
God.
They're like this. That's how they are.
I'm so sorry.
How ridiculous is
That's
that?
not comfortable looking at
No,
all.
it's not comfortable. Makes me feel silly wearing
Oh,
this.
well, why don't you just put on your overalls?
Because I've been wearing them day after day after
Well, do
day.
they stink?
A little bit.
Oh.
It doesn't stink that bad. I could wear them again, but I thought maybe I'd just put on these pants, and you know, I just make sure I get the belt tight. Yeah. That's tough all day. Just go like that. It's fine, but just go like
You
that.
can wear a tunic. We can switch shirts. It'll cover my shirt. Will cover.
Is that really your shirt?
Yeah.
Why do you have such a big shirt?
I don't know. It's comfy in the winter.
You want this one? Or you want me to
I'm
put
saying
this-
you can wear it and
Put this
probably
on top of
cover
it?
your.
Put this on top of it.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Are you cold?
Yes, I was gonna switch shirts with you.
Or you want me to take this shirt off?
Yeah,
This shirt's not very warm, you know.
that's fine.
Okay. Alright. Right inside out this.
Yeah.
Inside out it's got to be a twist. Right side out it's such a simple twist. Okay. Putting this shirt on. By Eric. Today I am putting this shirt on.
Oh my gosh, it looks good on you.
It's worse
It
than
still
that.
doesn't. It
It's
still
worse
doesn't.
than that
It's
one.
not worse
No,
than
it is. It's higher up than that one.
Oh.
That's fine.
So-
Let's take that shirt off. Still haven't even managed to light this cigarette because of all this pants-related chaos.
All these pants related problems.
Yeah.
You're right. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how much longer it
It's
is.
fine. It's fine. I got the problem fixed here now. It was long enough, and I have the camera high up enough as well.
That's good.
I've got this terrible choice between things I don't like the options of. I can either wear my pants so that they constantly fall down, or I can wear my pants so they stay up. In which case, it's just ridiculous. It's like there's no way
Oh.
that a man is supposed to have pants that are just like
Oh my god,
G-stringy. So G-stringy, right?
Yeah.
Because my hips are
You're
too high.
accentuating your booty.
My hips are too high, and it's too like revealing or something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, I would guess, just that looking at you, that you weren't wearing underwear. That's
But
how
I
it's
am wearing them.
I know you
I
are.
know. So that's the problem with these high hips of mine. Back in high school, they called me high hip talent. Because they'd say, ooh, you got some high hips. I say, I do. They'd always want me for their modeling agency.
What's your walk?
My walk is like her. I like to do it kind of slow and dramatic. So you see the shirt, Versace, and then I look back, Always looking to the side. It makes it seem like you're interested in something over there. One of the ways you grab people's attention as a male model walking down the Did you have hair in high school? Yes.
Who is that?
Who is that? Putty Cat.
Of course.
Who already knows that? I think you've probably already seen the video of me at 17. He just tends to want to keep a steady pattern of questions going. So all people have high everything. Do I follow a religion? Not exactly. I self-identify as a Christian. It'd be incorrect to say I follow a religion, however. I lead a religion called Christianity, but I don't want to. And I'm not seeking any followers. I have no evangelism to speak. I just understand that I am doing Christianity right. So in that sense, I guess I'm not so much a leader as an example setter. Can Rachel beat me in Go Fish? Probably. I don't know. We never played Go Fish, have we?
No, we haven't.
Doesn't really sound like a terrible idea.
Let's play.
We could play Go Fish, Yeah.
How do you play with regular cards?
I'm not sure how many you have in your hand. Maybe it's 5. And then I'm like, do you have any 2s? And you're like, no, go fish. And then I draw a card. If I get a pair, then that's fine. I can put that down. If I don't, I have to discard a card, I guess, right? Or do I have to keep it? Do I keep it until I just keep adding more cards? I'm not sure. We could look up the rules. How do you play Go Fish?
Yeah.
Probably a question that a ton of people feel the need to ask. It seems like everybody learns it as a kid, but I can't exactly remember.
I learned it though with playing with cards that were said Go Fish. So it was like you get like
Right,
2 of the same color, and there'd be like a pair of 4, something like that, or 6. And you're trying to match the card with the card. You're trying to skip a pair.
I get it. I mean, you had one of those like illustrated kid card game things, but it's really the same thing.
It is. I just don't know.
Do I think the stories in the Bible are real? I mean, I think they're real stories. I don't place any weight in the Bible. As I like to say, it was written by Jesus' dumbass friends. My favorite Bible story is one that Sean introduced to me recently, in which Elisa or something, is traveling, and he passes through a village, and some boys come out and jeer him. "Get out of here, Baldy," they say. "Get out of here, Baldy." And so he calls down a curse from the Lord, and 2 bears come from the mountain and maul 42 of the boys. Amen. That's like my favorite Bible story ever. I really like the specific phrasing of their jeer. What do I think of? I think about modern. I do not know what that word says. Seconds from the bottom.
What do you think about modern leftists?
I think that nobody should understand themselves as some sort of member of a political team that opposes some other wrong political team. Because in all those instances, there's a misapprehension of things. It says, I can start by knowing which group, which identity I should have, and know from there what's correct. You cannot do it that way. You have to articulate specifically why each specific position is correctly adjudicated as mia or mia, right? And why. And sometimes those correct positions will side with team A, sometimes side with team B, sometimes with team C or whatever. The important thing is that I don't identify as any member of any team, nor do I boogeyman any team, because I understand there is no such thing as a monolithic modern left, modern right, etc. These neat and tidy terms that we use to reduce complexities into reification fallacies are just damaging to political discourse. And that's one to grow on. Okay. High hip Derek and regular hip Rachel. Let's go inside. I've got my high hips on. I'm wearing pants that are reaching to the sky. Even though they're plenty long, they're barely at the ground. Look at my high waters.
I'll show you when I take this sweater off. Like, my waist is like extremely high.
I think Jesus and his friends smoked weed. I don't think, unfortunately, Jesus and his friends had any good weed available for them.
Really?
I think they just had to smoke like
Jesus
dirt weed.
suffered without?
I think they just had shitty ass like weed that's even worse than the brick Mexican weed I used to get back in the 80s, you know?
Oh, that sounds bad.
Yeah. They had to get it from, like, I don't know, maybe they get it from the slums of Bethlehem, where it was grown in like shitty dirt out behind the back lot, so that the nearby Roman soldiers would invade Bethlehem and steal their weed.
I believe it.
Did I vote for Bill Clinton? Yeah, I did vote for Bill Clinton. What's up, old top? Not much, young bottom.
Feel where my waist is.
Where's your hips? That's really fucking very hips. So you have, I think, like low hips from here to here, not that deep, you know?
Yeah.
All right, let me plug this in before I do what you see. I don't know what we're doing. I'm not sure what we're doing here. Have I been to Tijuana? Yes, I've been to Tijuana. So that was fine enough episode of Negative First. Kind of uneventful. They kind of did pretty well. It's kind of, it was too easy for them or whatever. Well, Oakland only lost 1-0 today.
That's good.
The pitching staff did remarkably well, and of course, on that occasion, the hitters did nothing.
Yeah.
NYC Marathon asked to pay $750,000 in bridge tolls. I'm sorry, which side do you need to pay a toll for everybody around across the bridge?
That's ridiculous.
That's so silly.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it really is. There's nothing much good on TV or anything tonight.
What about did the Rangers win? Have they
Let's see.
started?
NHL. Let's watch that. New Jersey versus New York on TNT.
Ooh, it's tied.
Let's watch it. All right. In fact, I'm going to suggest let's just watch it without even live streaming. Just enjoy
Okay.
ourselves some hockey.
Sure.
So I think we're going to say goodbye, good night, and good luck to all of our beloved friends here on Talking with Famous People. We'll see you again soon. We're off to watch some hockey.
Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese.